What is up, students of Jujutsu High School? This is your Master Panda, Omar.
And this is your Sensei, David.
And this is Sorcerer Josh.
And this is the Anime Squad Podcast, episode 102. And like always, and never forget, I need you to expand that domain to hit that like button. Boogie woogie the subscribe button. Activate the limited void of the notification bell. And let us know how many Sakura fingers you have ate in the comment section. And like always, and never forget, we have timestamps for your favorite shows of the week. That way you can just skip right ahead to the shows you want to hear from us. And like always, we have social media like Twitter, Discord, Reddit, all that stuff. You know, give us a follow. We reply back. And yeah, this is the second to last of the winter season.
and also again, we didn't get Rabbi this week.
Yes, and unfortunately, Robbie could not make it in this week. Hopefully, he'll be here for the final day for the winter season. But
He better be here.
yeah, he better be here. Yeah, exactly. But with that being said, let's just jump into it. Starting off with the Cuphead Show, episode 7 and 8. But obviously starting off with episode 7, which was the vegetables attack.
This was just a dumb episode. The vegetables come. They're scammers.
Yeah.
They want to get some nice juicy plots of land so they can host a party.
I thought that was weird where they were like, yo, let's get juiced up before we leave, boys. Like, oh, what the hell?
It's nasty, bro.
But the objective at first was to take care of the babies.
Yes, Miss Elder
The
Kettle's
babies. Elder Kettle should not be living with these menaces of society. My gosh, what a nightmare.
I mean, they didn't have to like watch it, but they just like take care of it. You know what? He's taking a nap.
But they can't even do that. They can't do anything.
Yeah, freaking potato and onion and carrot come in.
They just come in. They're like, "Hey, yo,
stealing that
boys,
soil.
give me some of that, boys."
That soil.
Boys, we could take care of this. They're vegetables. I'm a vegetable. Who knows better than we do?
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all go to the movies and we got this. And they come back. There's a Mr. Eggplant guard and it's like, yo, you're not in here. You're not in the list. You know.
They have a whole party and stuff. This is wild.
They have a whole. I don't know how Elder Kettle doesn't wake up. My man's just old, can't hear them.
Dude, he really took care of
What's going on here? There's like a party outside. They're doing the hoedown out there. They got babes there. They got everything.
I know the Mrs. Tomatoes.
Yeah, the tomato twins, dude. Dang, bro.
Dang, one was better than the other.
You kind of got me acting up a little bit over here.
Oh, good. But yeah, obviously, the Cup Bros, they were like, yo.
They tried so many things, but at the end, the one thing that actually helped was they figured out that the onion cries.
Yes.
The onion, yeah. Well, they found out that the onion's a big baby, and then in the beginning they were like, "Hey, don't cry, or else you'll start peeling, and then we'll all start crying, and we'll have to leave." So they used that to their knowledge, and they're like, "Oh yeah, remember you said that? All right, let's just make them really sad. Tell them our sad story about how we're orphans. we're on the streets."
All right, so if you hear like someone's an orphan, do you automatically get sad?
No.
I do. So it made a lot of sense. I'm like, damn.
You're like, dang, I identify with this onion man.
It's like, this guy's like Batman.
This guy, I get this guy.
But yeah, you know, it's cool that they did reference the games too. Like, you know, this is literally, they're like the first bosses you play. And like,
yeah,
all three of them are like in that stage. You know, the onion cries, the carrot's like a hypnotizing dude, and the potato's just a sack of potatoes. But yeah, it's cool. Like, you know, it just got solved. Like, you know, like, oh, Mr. Cook wakes up. He's like, all right, y'all, big vegetables, come in the pie, get in my stew.
Yeah, because they were the babies, I guess.
Yeah, they were the babies.
Yeah, he thought they were the babies. And then they're like, I gotta run away. But first, I'm gonna get juiced up.
So, if anything, nothing got solved. Like the babies did die. His real babies.
They still just stole all the water and then ran off.
But the kettle thinks the 3 are his babies.
Yeah. So
It's just it was an episode.
yeah, it was just it filled in.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's not much, just wacky fun tactics. And then I like the next episode, in episode 8, with they call out the devil. It's like, yo, what up, bro? The little accountant.
Oh
devil.
my gosh, he was so annoying. He kept interrupting the whole part, and the devil's like, "Hey, shut up! Hey, shut up!
You ruined the
He's
party."
Like, excuse me.
Like he's the stereotypical annoying character.
He's like the little nerd.
You gotta get this done.
Yeah. Weren't you required to get the cup's soul? Damn, bro.
There's one soul missing on the sheet. This cup.
Yeah, so I thought that was funny. But apparently the devil's doing a great job for since many years. The war's happening.
Yeah.
A lot of deaths.
They expanded on it.
Man.
Yeah, they got a lot of souls you get to clean up. And it was weird how Mugman knew how. Well, it bothered them, right? Well, Cuphead was bothered by like, oh man, the devil's gonna get me anytime. When his dream sequence.
Yeah.
That was cool. I was like, oh, damn, the goat, bro. That makes sense. And like,
And then I don't know. It was just funny that Mugman was the one who took charge.
I know. I was like, oh, okay, cool, good job, Mugman.
And then he goes to like the wishing well or whatever, and just wishes for a sweater.
Yeah,
A nice sweater that will make him invincible to the devil's evil tactics.
Stealing his soul.
An invisible thread to make a sweater, which I didn't know Mugman was Gojo as well. So that was awesome to see.
And then my man just puts it on, and then the devil's like just shows up. He's like, "Yo, what up, homie?" And then he's like, "Hey, yo, you can't steal my soul." The devil's like, "Oh, bet." And then he bet and lost because he couldn't. And then he got so triggered that he just started trying to trick him using dirty pool tactics.
Which I'll give the devil credit. They were like creative, like
they were actually pretty good. Like the remade wishing well.
Mm-hmm. That was like, oh, I would have fell for that. Or like,
yeah.
I mean, the carny one was just dumb, and then
Yeah.
The hot dog one, I was like, I mean, you really have to read the weenie to know.
Yeah, that one's the smartest one because he, knowing Cuphead, would just sneak and ate the hot dog, dude.
Yeah.
And then he would have just had to remove his swear. But then the fire was the best one. He was this close. He was like, didn't do it.
Yeah.
But then Mugman's like, no, I have to hug my broski.
Show him my brotherly love.
Oh yeah, I forgot from last episode. They brought back his fear thing on the stage.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that. Yeah, I like that. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, last episode when he goes up there, he's like shouting and then everyone pays attention. She's like,
all right.
You tell him, Mugman. Exactly.
All right, but yeah. Forgot to talk about it.
Yeah, that was that episode was basically the devil not winning, and then I like the transformations of every devil form. Like you could think of like Cthulhian creature, multiple heads. I was like, okay, that's cool.
yeah.
He morphed into a bunch of stuff trying to get Cuphead.
So that was cool when he didn't get the soul, and then the devil had to take that L, man. The count was gonna clown on him.
Took the L, bro.
Well, he kind of won there since he burned the book. It was like, oh well, man, you got to do it all over again.
I know.
And then he's like, wait. I'm the one who has to count. He's like, yep, go. See ya.
Do your job.
Peace, dog.
So he kind of won there.
Yeah, the devil should have known.
Like, there, I'll get rid of this guy for like a century. While he counts.
That was messed up. Have you guys ever seen Soul, the movie? from
Yeah,
Pixar.
yeah.
You know, like the accountant guy. He reminded me of him.
Yeah, the same guy, dude. The little stingy little rat guy.
Yeah.
And then they had to trick him at the end.
The count
Spoilers
is
for Soul. Sorry about that. If any of you wanted to watch Soul, we're sorry.
Oh, they should have just done that. Like, look, it's right here, man. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. But yeah, that was the 2 Cuphead shows. Obviously, there's a reason why we're doing 2 first. They're very small, nice, decent packages of good old entertainment. You know, the quality animation does not dip in this show so far. So, enjoying the ride. Fun, simple time. We have The Legend of Vox Machina, episode 8 and 9. Yes, we are doing 2 for this one as well. Since, you know, the season's about to come to an end, so we might as well wrap up all the rest of the shows. And with this, episode 8, you know, we come back to, you know, Anderson slicing Percival's sister,
Cassandra's.
which I thought, you know, when I said it last week, it was all she's probably faking it. No, she
died, bro.
She legit died. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
She was barely hanging in the thread of life.
Yeah.
This man Anderson is so confident, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could aspire to have that much confidence.
For real,
Looking
dude.
like the way he does.
Like I liked his ability, if anything.
To control people.
Yeah. Like his silver tongue. Which reminded me, I don't know if you guys seen Lord of the Rings, there's a character called Worm Tongue, which he controlled the king at one point. That's what it reminded me of. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But yeah, freaking
That whole scene was crazy too. Like, how were they gonna be able to defeat these armored suits?
yeah.
At first, I was even questioning, like, how are you guys gonna take them out? But then they, I guess, Percival saw that the things that hold it is pretty much the things that
the tiny like threads
the threads inside. Yeah,
I saw that too.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I would never know that. To tell you the truth.
Nah, me either. I mean, neither did a berserker guy.
Yeah,
Drog.
Yeah.
that was awesome.
But hey, it kind of backfired, man, because, you know, since, you know, Anderson ain't no fool, man. Like, he looked like a fool, but he ain't no fool.
He ain't no fool, bro. And they Percival almost got.
Yeah, he almost got checkmate, bro.
Until he was like, you know what? I'm actually the marksman here. Pinged his bullet off 3 times. It goes straight through his jaw. Violent. Straight through his jaw, knocks it clean off.
That was gnarly.
That was gnarly with a capital G.
And that tongue flew out.
Mm-hmm. Which,
The tongue flew out, and they were trying to stab it.
Yeah, that was. I was like, damn.
And they don't even notice that Percival's going in. He's like, and then he goes right up under his mouth and blasts him through the.
That, if anything, that was like the best kill so far in the show.
Yeah, that was a good kill.
I was like, yo, you deserve that, Percival. Although the last one he did, like the little general guy, was pretty brutal too. But that one was like, yeah, that was true vengeance.
He's brutal, man.
Yeah. Hey, man,
They deserve it.
Yeah, they deserve it. We've seen his backstory, you know, well known, and also with is it this episode with
No. That was
episode.
next episode. This one we were like, we got to see her a bit, but
We're seeing her struggle.
yeah, struggle.
Yeah, struggling with the light, trying to find it, and she kept going to the darkness, right?
And we're getting more this episode. I feel like we were getting more the relationship between the elf girl and the
Oh yeah, that was mad.
Yeah, they're really in heat.
They're kind of pushing it a little bit. I'm like, all right,
I don't know, man.
all right, like seriously, you guys are just like
We're just slapping these two.
he's just horny. Like
Yeah.
there's no other way I can't put it any other way. He's like, dang, she's the only other girl here, dude. I can't. My sister's here. I can't. I obviously not, right? But That's him.
Like it's his sister, Pike, and then her. So yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, which one we're gonna choose? The dwarf, my sister, or this hot, beautiful lady here?
Yeah.
No, he goes both ways, man.
Yeah, he does go both ways.
Yeah, he could go any other one.
He's just
But
into everything.
he's more attracted to her.
She's sweet.
Especially that scene too when they're trying to revive the sister or keep her alive with the dirt thing, the dirt and the combinations to make the
I think the mixture of elements.
the elements.
Her damn throat.
Yeah. While everything
they
is
just
happening.
stuffed in there. I actually like that though, because usually it shows like healing to be like this really like oh, you just push your hand over them slightly and they just get healed.
Yeah.
But this one, like Pike can do that, but
Mm-hmm.
she can. She literally took elements and stuffed it in her throat. It was like, yeah, that'll heal you.
I hope this
Stuffed in
works.
the open wound.
But how powerful she is. Her abilities in that throughout the episode was amazing.
And then when she's the strongest in my opinion. Like obviously not physically, like that's Grog, but like I mean in terms of her abilities, like she could turn into a tiger and stuff. Like it's crazy.
She's both offensive and defensive.
Yeah.
So that's really good in a party.
Then I guess the end of this episode.
The Scat Man?
Oh yeah, that we glossed over that. My man went in and fought the guy and was like a beast.
Yeah, that whole aftermath with the commander from last week, and then he was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I get to see my homies, and you know, are they
And then
macking
it
it over
comes
there?
back. I like that it comes back, and they're like,
Are those two macking it? Oh, let me join in." And it's like it's a zombie eating somebody.
No, that's the beginning of the episode of next episode, right?
No,
yeah, that's the beginning of next episode.
Yeah, because the end to it was pretty much when she signals to the people that we have what do you call it? Percival is our
yeah. When the elf girl's like, "Yo, let me throw out the signal to the resistance saying we did damage."
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's right. And then that's when the Briarwoods were like, "Oh, we gotta do something quick."
Yeah.
And then I guess we could just jump into episode 9. We get backstory with the Briarwoods, and
Yeah, which is interesting.
yeah,
They weren't always psychotic.
no,
Kind of. Maybe.
Well,
I don't know. They went to the dark side, basically.
No, well, not the husband, more the.
he was dying.
Yeah, he was just dying in general.
He was dying, but she wasn't consumed. She just sought out, like, necromancy.
Yeah,
basically.
because she wanted to find a way to like
Keep him alive.
keep him alive, his husband, you know.
Because modern medicine was not cutting it.
Yeah.
Which,
And I think
how
she
do you
was
go from
panicking.
like a normal couple to this insane abomination? I don't know. But hey, that's when you make deals with the devil. I guess that's what happens
Yeah, very much so. And the D&D world, I guess.
in the D&D world.
But yeah, now that's when we get to the undead rising, you know, zombies. And man, if you weren't a main character, if you didn't have a name, you were getting eaten.
Yeah, literally, you just died. Like the whole resistance. Rip.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Bunch of red shirts.
I also like how Vex was like, "I'm horny again," and he went in for the kiss, and they're like swarmed by zombies, and I'm like, "Dude, like, what are you doing?" And she's
Even she questions
"What are you
it.
doing?
Yeah. She's like,
Get off me, dude!
She's like, "This is not the right place at the right time."
Are you kidding me?"
I know we're gonna die, but damn it, this is not right
It's like,
now.
are you kidding me?
Oh, and also the Irish guy, the
Archie
died.
He just died.
He just died.
No build up to his death. He just dies. Like he just gets cut in half.
like you,
And
I
guts splayed everywhere.
I knew it was coming when they were talking about like the old times and like, yeah, once we get back to normal, like we could do this, do that. Percival, we're gonna make it, bro.
Yeah, and
No, you ain't gonna make it, bro. You're done.
and this episode it was Percival's he keeps doubting himself so much.
He doesn't think he's a leader.
Yeah, he don't think he's a leader. He doesn't think he'll be able to stoop up to, you know, like being a leader, leadership in general. So he keeps doubting himself in the episode itself.
Yeah, since he's only good at running away. and vengeance. Well, I liked when Pike came in, when like everything seemed wrong and gloom. The undead was winning. She came in like God. She's like,
I like
She came in like Jesus.
I like the fact that the goddess told her, hey, like, stop lying. You're still lying.
oh yeah,
Why you keep lying?
I like that, how she was like, I'm such a bad person because I did all these bad things, and the goddess was like, you're not a bad person because you did those things. You just like didn't believe in yourself. You didn't believe in me.
Yeah.
Right. It's
like,
you. It wasn't me. I didn't say any of that. Any of that was wrong. It was you believing that was wrong, and then you distancing yourself.
yeah. You can't have me and your friends, or you're going either you have that, or you could just pure worship me. You can't have. You gotta make a choice.
Yeah.
But apparently it worked out her way either way, because she get to help her friends, and she had an astral form coming like Jesus. I was like, yo, I'm the savior.
Like Jesus.
She's not there, but she's there.
She's literally just being like, snapping her fingers, all the zombies go away.
To a point where she gave the bunch of villagers holy weapons, and their one tap KOs.
Now they go in,
including like the giants that we thought was like a menacing threat. It was like, which I did like. I did like the
That's
one.
stupid.
I like the one scene where Percival had his rifle that was like built up, and
Yeah,
that was
he
cool.
just blows it to smithereens.
I was like,
And then he's like, wait, do it again. And he's like, it's only one shot, man. It's a prototype.
damn it, Percival.
Oh, and then the one that got it was not part of that list of Percival's kills.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
Scatman was fighting. He was like, I won't kill you. You're not on my list, but I'll let the people decide to do with you.
I'll let the people kill you.
That was wild.
Yeah, they hung him too.
They hung him up. They were like kicking him in the
Stabbing
face. It
him.
was pretty kind of gruesome.
Hey man, well deserved, I guess.
Yeah.
He sucked.
Hey man, he was a jerk to Scanlan. So.
Yeah.
And the rest of the people that live there.
Yeah.
He's a big stinky fat bully.
And so since the undead's getting checked, commander's dead, most of the people on the list are coming down.
Most of the villagers and the resistance are dead. We're back to our main crew.
Yes, we're gonna get the Briarwoods.
R.I.P. Archie. He lasted 2 episodes.
Yes. He lost the ear and half his body.
And died.
Yeah. If only he was
If only Pike got it there in time, right?
If only he was a main character.
if only he was a main character. Pike got more love than him.
He was doomed
And she
to
wasn't
die
there.
from the second he appeared on screen. What a sad way to go out. Being a side character in a gory piece of media is gotta be the worst thing, because you're just gonna die.
I think if you're a side character in an Amazon show, you're destined to die.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the ending was weird. Like they get to their castle, whatever, to the dungeon, and there's just a random person that we don't know, but obviously Percival knows. He's gonna start blasting
Yeah,
her.
because she's on the list.
On the list. He's got to go by his grocery list. Got to tick him off. So if she's on there, even if she's reformed, you gotta die.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's vengeance for you, baby.
And then, of course, the Briarwoods in general are going to unleash their actual plan, since,
The trump card. The real trump card.
Yeah, because, they got pushed into that right away.
Yep, last resort. What do you think the trump card's going to be?
I have
no idea.
Let us know what you guys think the Briarwoods are going to do. I would love to know. But yeah, that was episode 9. And yeah, we'll see more next week. We have Life with an Ordinary Guy who reincarnated into a total fantasy knockout. Episode 10. The Rebellion. It's still going.
I want to
rebel.
You want to rebel?
for no reason other than the girls are hot. Yeah, woo, we're horny. Woo.
Yeah,
That's a theme. That's going to be a running theme. We're horny.
Yes.
That's the theme of this episode. You know, last episode the theme was sexual tension. That's what it is. We're horny. So the villagers are horny and they're like, we want to join the rebellion because we don't really care about the politics. We don't care about any of this stuff. We just are like, hey,
We're
cute girls. Look at their skirts.
simps.
Adorable.
Yeah.
They were idols.
Yeah, basically.
They're idols.
The princess, she's cute, but our Tachibana, oh my god,
What a beauty.
which I'm getting tired of.
I don't even think she's that good. Maybe I don't know. I'm not charmed. I don't have the charm thing above my head.
I prefer the princess than her.
Yeah. Well,
I prefer Jinguji, dude.
Oh no!
He's a
Don't
beautiful man.
bring him up, man.
Jinguji, he's going through some depression, bro.
I'm going
He's
through
sad,
depression
man.
at looking at him in general. The way he acts too, man.
He doesn't want to admit his feelings, bro.
That's how lame
Dude,
he is.
he's sexually frustrated, bro.
Yeah, man.
He's like, man, am I gay now?
Do I like Tachibana like that?
Do I like guys now? Because Tachibana's a guy.
And then it's basically Kirito-kun's episode if you really think about it.
Yeah, and he saves the day. Thanks, Kirito.
By himself.
By himself. He does it with his sword, his Kirito sword.
Yes. And
Great.
The relationship between, I guess now it's a relationship with both the
the girl,
yeah,
the girl and him,
The girl
Run him.
commander.
Yeah.
which everyone still
And-
thinks a guy.
Yeah, which everyone thought was a guy. And then the Kirito.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's just again with the whole my name is this, and if I was isekai, I'm a hero.
Hey, do me a favor, Kirito-kun. Shut up.
For real, man.
Get out of the show, bro.
Like
Yeah,
literally,
it's cool.
like he literally when he comes in, he's like, oh, Jinguji, you're here, bro. Like I'm over here gonna meet the king, and then they redo that scene. I was like, why?
He's literally just discount Dollar General, Wish.com, Kirito. Like, get out of here,
Goodwill,
dude. You're not
Kirito.
wanted, bro. In fact, I don't think I want anybody in this anime. Except Jinguji. I want him. Beautiful man.
What do you think of the new character, the maid? The one that was like,
Yep, she's a bad.
The one that's
but
evil?
she's-
yes, the evil maid, which that was
I don't
Masaji
know. It seems kind of
Tachibana.
out of left. It seems kind of way out of center field, left field, right field. It's like way at the back.
That was so random. I was like, okay,
It was the most random thing I've ever seen.
I think it's part of the villains from the
demon?
Yeah, the
demons.
villains we've seen on screen 2 times in the entire show. Those
Facts.
villains that are somehow the final boss.
Facts.
Dude.
But it was interesting with her like being introduced because when she touched the mark, I guess the gods could feel it. I was like, oh, they're calling me. Well, I wonder what they want.
I want what they want.
And it was weird that she used slime as a massaging oil. That was interesting.
That's Rimuru.
Rimuru's corpse.
Yeah,
He ended up dying.
just rubbing it all on her.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
more of this podcast episode. We're horny.
Yeah, this is that's basically much it, right? You know, Kirito-kun showed up. It was this episode.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted him back, and this episode showed me I really didn't want him back.
I don't want him back. I want him gone forever. And you know what? I thought I wanted Jinguji to get back to with Tachibana. I don't really want that either. I don't know what I want anymore. I kind of just don't want to watch, to be honest.
Yeah,
But yeah.
this show's mostly in the ocean at this point.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, we're 10 episodes in. Gotta
Alright,
finish it out.
Next.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens next week with the show. We have The Genius Prince Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt, episode 10. And this is literally where the merchants did their march, and the enemies are like, what do we do now? We can't just stab these merchants.
They're not even enemies.
Yeah, they're like we're
Like
just.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of lost.
I was lost. I was so lost. Like, what are they doing there?
So the merchants, I guess, were trying not to have this battle,
This war, right?
But the brothers just handled it without them even doing the march. I don't know why they were.
I don't know why Meltier and the new king, Great Graver, were there. I guess just to support the war.
I don't know why either.
No, it's because I think because she wanted to see more of our waiver guy. Yeah, to see him.
Wine?
Yeah, wine. My bad. Yeah, wine. In general.
I think she just wanted to try and use the commotion for her own gain.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Like use the war for profit, I guess.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because she's a sadist and wants to see the world burn, so it makes sense.
That's why when she was having that conversation with the king, the other king, he took the money,
Yeah, he was just like they're gonna pay.
And she was like, "Wait, think about this.
This is not what we want. This is not what we want." It's like, what do you mean?
It's not what we want, bro.
We? No, this is what I want.
And she's like, "You're nothing. You're trash. You're dog water. Get out of here.
Get out of here. I'll take that offer."
I would like some money, please.
And it leads to the conclusion of what are we going to do about the assassination attempt? Who are we blaming it on? Are we blaming why? Are we blaming the brothers? Are we blaming the sister? Who did it? Who did the assassination attempt?
You, Omar?
Even though we saw who did it.
Is it you, Omar?
Who did it?
Is it you?
Was it me?
Yeah.
Was it Robbie?
You know what? That's why he's not here.
I think it was Robbie.
Yeah, he's not here.
He's not here. I think it was him.
He can't defend himself.
Yeah.
Problem solved, guys.
Which is essentially what the brothers did. To be honest, they just got the guy who wasn't there to defend himself and blamed it all on him.
Exactly.
The guy who drank his. If he did the assassination, he drank his own poison like a dummy and almost died. They blamed on him.
Genius plan.
There was to be honest, there was no other option because if they blame it on either of them, they're like, well, we're here.
Well, we're gonna fight.
If you're blaming it on us, then we're gonna fight. Yeah. So let's just blame the guy who's not here.
Perfect. Let's wrap it up, boys.
Perfect. The dummy wanted to assassinate Wayne, but he mixed up the drinks and drank it himself.
Love this
Nice.
plan. Love this idea. Wayne, you're a genius. Let's all go home.
That's why it's called the Genius Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. Because he's a genius.
He's a damn genius. Obviously, we're joking here, but hey.
It's like the stupidest idea of all time. And it doesn't make sense, which is a lot of things in this show, actually. A lot of these genius plans would never work because they're so dumb that it's like, how is this man getting away with all this?
But yeah,
he could just assassinate kings right in front of people and be like, yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to die.
But then we get to the other princesses.
The other half of this episode, because that literally wrapped up. And I was like, okay, well, we're done with that. And now we're basically... We're earning money. We're earning a lot of money, but I guess Wine wants to go meet up with Zeno and like
see what's going on. I guess see what's good in the hood down there.
Literally under the hood, and like maybe ask for a proposal or something like that. So we could.
Well, he thinks that she's gonna propose, and he likes that because he likes the attention that all the women are giving him.
Yes.
Because he thinks that'd be the smartest thing for her to do is to offer a proposal so that she doesn't have to lead her own kingdom, and it's not two kingdoms anymore, it's just one. Basically, he wants to just like, hey, if she offers me marriage, I will refuse, but it would be a nice gesture because I know what's going on in her head then, basically. But then she doesn't, and he's like, what the heck is going on, man? I thought girls love me. I'm a beautiful boy.
I have a harem.
I have a harem, right? I literally live with a girl, and we abstain from each other because she's not royalty.
It backfired. It backfired.
It backfired him so hard. She's just normal. Yeah. Completely normal, nothing new. And then he has to call her out, and she's just like, I don't like your face, bro. And I'm like, bro, I'm dead. Bro, I'm dead. And then he dies on the spot. He's like, bro, I'm dead.
Damn. Nymph, am I ugly? Nymph, you You could tell me, right, Nymph? I'm ugly. But hey,
She doesn't think he's ugly.
no, obviously.
She's in it 100%.
I wonder what's wrong with her though. The other one, the princess.
Oh, Zeno.
Yeah.
She just didn't. She didn't do it. She was
Why?
like,
Why is he ugly?
She didn't do it because she looks at him
Oh yeah,
not
I
as
forgot.
a partner.
Yeah.
She looks at him as like a father figure almost. It's kind of weird.
yeah, like she,
Or-
But she looks at him as like a
Worthy.
senpai.
Yeah, like she's unworthy, I guess, right?
yeah,
If I
exactly.
remember,
She's
yeah.
like, she respects him so much that if she were to be at like equal level, like if she was to marry to him, she has to be equal level with him, and
Pretty
she says she's not.
She's not. Yeah. Now I remember.
Also, one funny moment when he meets up with Zen for the first time, and he's like going through his spiel, and then he gets distracted,
Because we know why.
and he's like, "Booby."
Boobies. It's like, no, control yourself, mine. We are not in that
Control
moment.
yourself. We're not. Moral of the episode.
Yes, and they left with a cliffhanger, which we would name dropped. Sigur's, which is another kingdom.
So, like, no, which I was like, this is a cliffhanger. Like, it's kind of like what the show is based upon, just like people meeting each other. But no outro or anything, no ED. It was just like, hey, we're just gonna end it.
Yep,
Done.
right there. So this character we've never seen, it was name dropped in this episode, and we're gonna find out.
Gonna find out who this guy is.
This motive of this kingdom.
Might be a bad guy, might be a good guy. I don't know. It sounds like a bad guy.
Sounds like a bad guy. I mean, we're only 2 episodes left. Who else are we gonna fight?
Yeah, who else are we gonna fight?
Our inner
Maybe
fight.
something will rival his genius.
Oh,
Damn.
maybe. We'll love to know. We have Sabuki Bisco, episode 10.
Everyone's favorite show. Everyone's favorite show. Man, I really love the show.
Everyone's
I
favorite
love how
ship.
Mila just becomes Bisco. Literally, same voice actor and everything. And
I don't think that happened. But yeah.
yeah, that just happens. And then Kurokawa somehow just becomes the robot. No reason explained. Just it happens.
Yes.
And we get some random fight. The monkey comes back for a second.
There was more monkey guards, I guess.
Yeah, and then
A whole lot of nothing other than
a whole lot of nothing. Jellyfish girl comes back, kind of is like
Showing
what is-
everyone.
and Bisco's dead. What? What?
I think
He's dead.
David pointed it out when we were watching it. It was like a recap of last week.
we're just catching up on everyone.
Like we literally got a flashback with Mila when he explains to Javi and Power was like, "Hey, yeah, Bisco's dead," and then we get that whole flashback. We get that whole scene again. And
It was so cringy. It was like Bisco's right here.
in mi corazón, in my heart.
It's right here in my heart.
I am Bisco.
He's always with me. I am Bisco. I'm like cringe. I'm cringing. I'm
And then-
literally like, my nose is scrunched up. I'm like,
And then when we get a jellyfish girl, they basically retell the story again with like those random guards. We're like, "Yo, we gotta get out of town, bro."
Yeah, so everyone's just
Gotta
getting.
go down. Wait, what happened to us? Whoa, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, everyone's just getting caught up in a way.
Yeah,
Like what happened?
everyone's catching up. What's going on?
Oh, I don't know if this happened. Did this happen? It happened this. Yeah, it happened this episode. In the very beginning, the funniest scene. Very beginning, they're like, oh, we're gonna rescue everybody. They're getting in these helicopters. They're getting them all to safety, and then the helicopter is going off in the distance, and it's just like a split second. It's like,
Yeah.
the hand just comes up, and I'm like, it's like the goofiest scene because it's not well animated. It's not scary. The hand just kind of grabs it out of the air, and then they're like, what the heck was that?
Yeah, we literally get a Titan in this anime now, and I'm like,
Discount Dollar General Wish.com Titan.
the other thing that was confusing too, the scene where what's his name, Akigawa?
the crab.
Yeah,
The crab.
crab.
Mhm.
And I thought his arm ripped again when he grabbed the people. I think for that scene. I don't know if you guys remember.
Oh, you mean when they escape?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I wanted to bring it up. Like every time, like Milo, like one of the main characters, they get hit, impact, but they always miss and they always jump. I feel like I'm nitpicking at this point, but I was like, Like those random.
Well, whenever their instinct when they start fighting is to just jump like 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, like even like those random nomads when they came into the fight, they also jumped, and I was like damn, everybody got hops in this anime.
Everybody's got hops in this anime.
I like that.
And the nomads, by the way, coming to fight, dumb, stupid. We saw them for like 2 seconds, bro. Like stupid. You could have at least had like maybe the little kids come and fight. But no, the nomads, really, we saw them for like half an episode at most.
Didn't the kids get blown up?
In
the first blast?
They were like, oh, that's around the kid colony area. And even
they're just okay, cool.
And then even in the preview for the next episode, we see them. So we're gonna see them.
I'll be honest, I don't know where anything is in the show.
If we sound like
there's no logical like direction, not like for the show, but I mean like the world. Like the world doesn't make sense. Where are we? Are we in Tokyo? We're in Imihab Prefecture? Why is there a desert everywhere? It's such a lazy like storytelling because they don't have to put cities or landmarks or anything in it or like recognizable like places. It's just like what happened to that dystopian city? Like we never went back there. Now we're just in the desert the whole time. It's like, oh, we're lazy. We don't want to animate a city. We're just gonna animate desert everywhere. Everywhere's a desert.
I'm just gonna speculate they're around the border-ish area where we first saw in the show. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Honestly, like
again, I don't know. There was like a winter area at one point. They went. Oh, where was that? Mila was running in the snow.
Yeah, when he got stabbed and like he got shot like 15 times.
Yeah, like where are they? What's going on? What's the weather changes here?
If it sounds like we're rambling, because that's literally this episode. Like we're just going.
Not to tell you the truth, there was not a lot to talk about the episode since.
To tell you the truth, it might sound like we're nitpicking, but these are like serious problems. Like we are actually bothered by these issues. Like I've been bothered by the fact that I can't tell where I am in the universe in this show from like 4 episodes ago. Like I just am watching it being like, where the hell are we?
Yeah, because like I guess in a way where Josh says that too, like also like time, like what is this, like was this like 30 minutes ago or like
exactly David,
how fast is this
like how many days have passed? Because basically we don't see any nighttime in this anime. It's like, oh, a character gets knocked out and then you just wake up somewhere. I don't know where they are. They're just somewhere, and it's just like they're in like a house and there's no one else in the house. There's literally like 7 people in this world. There's no NPCs or anything at all. It's empty. Everywhere's empty.
I like how in the anime we were supposed to feel bad for the general, and I was like, who is this guy? He got blasted.
Who is this man? Who cares? I don't care. I don't even care I didn't even care when Bisco died.
Yeah, the only thing I'm gonna just give props to this show is just the animation itself, but that's it.
Even then, like even with Omar's critique about the fighting scenes and stuff like that, it's like the animation is not good because they reuse the same assets for each fight scene. You know, they all got hops.
They all got hops.
Like I think the animation's really mid. I just think it's aesthetic. Like it has a unique look to it, but the animation itself, I still go back to that last episode where Bisco was just sitting in the rust, just going down, and it was like he was just standing there. He's like, "Shoot me, Milo." It's like,
I don't want to die by the rust. While it's
the story on it is bad, but that that's in general.
Yeah, so at this point we're just bashing on it, and we'll see what happens to these last 2 episodes. But goddamn, I went from hope to like.
I don't ever want to watch this ever again.
Yeah, I just put out his misery at this point.
I want it to be over. Let it be over, please.
We have My Dress Up Darling, episode 11. And man, talk about spice. Talk about development in this episode. Marin and Gojo, just their relationship it's awesome. It's awesome to see in the screen, man. them obviously seeing the manga cafe. If you guys don't know, in Japan, there is things such called manga cafes where you can just go read a manga, for an hour or two and go on with your day.
Yeah.
I like how they show that part of Japan culture,
and how much they're connected together. Like they're really.
It's like how they're just so perfect together. Like we see in our minis, we're watching bottom tier character and random girlfriend. How these characters just don't connect, and it's so refreshing to see like two people just like actually like each other. And they're not hiding it. They're not. It doesn't show like they're hiding it. They're really embarrassed, and I like that. It's so heartwarming to see on the screen. Like, yeah, it's very ecchi. It's an ecchi show to the core.
Oh yeah, especially this episode.
And it's so like, I'm not taking that away, but it's like they do a good job animation wise, and just like it's not like hentai or anything like that. They do. I don't know. It just does it so well. Like I really love Marin Kitagawa, man. She's amazing. She's an amazing character, and Gojo to like them be really into what they like each other, what they like each other about. How Kitagawa loves him for being making the cosplays and his Gojo does, and then Gojo her obsession with anime culture itself.
And then
cosplay.
This episode in particular, they were talking about what happened last week's. The whole
the risque,
because she like what they did. They went to the manga the cafe in general. She has a book that she wants to cosplay as one of the characters in the
Succubus.
Yeah, and Gojo had a kind of not a struggle, but I don't think he struggled as much. No. But he said he struggled since the character you couldn't see, because it was like a chibi character.
It was like a comic sketch.
Yeah,
those comics you see in the newspapers. It was like that. It reminded me of where you don't get as much details as you would in a manga or a light novel or eroge game. So it was challenging for him. Like he had to make it up. He had to be creative and do his research.
Come up with a design for the costume
for the succubus itself.
So that was cool. I like that.
Yeah, it really shows like the finer details, like what's important.
Well, the way you have to like brainstorm on how
you have to improvise.
Improvise on what's gonna happen or what. Within general, when you think about that, you think about what you do. Sometimes like maybe it never goes right, so you have to improvise.
Yeah, so you have to compromise what you have, and not all cosplays have to be 100%. So and that was basically the lesson. Was like, we don't have to be 100% with the succubus that Marin told Gojo. Like, it's just cool enough that you even did it. That's what she loved about it. But just the setting where they were at.
Oh yeah, so this episode was literally what was it called again?
Oh, Love Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. The setting was in the bedroom.
Yeah, because the reason why is that they were looking for a studio.
Yeah, a studio to take photos, obviously, for the cosplay.
And she decided to go with something cheap, but she didn't exactly explain to him what type of room they went to.
Yeah. And this anime did not shy away from what love hotels are about. Making love. Well, like,
and it's funny too, because she literally shows the whole entire room, like where everything specific is at.
It shows like how carefree she is. It's like, she's just excited to be there. Like the bed is so accurate to the manga panels,
and it's cheap.
And it's cheap, and Gojo's just freaking out because he knows the situation he's in. He's like, oh my god, I'm alone with a girl in a love hotel. Like, oh my god. And then don't help when she's teasing him, like, oh, come join me in the bathtub. like JK.
Yeah, this part of the episode in general is when I feel like the whole concept of cosplay was done after that a bit.
Yeah, like Gojo.
the photo shoot came in.
Yeah, which honestly they were great photos. Like before the last one, like, they were legit. Like
no, I know.
They were legit.
It was funny though.
Legit good photos, but he got lost in the craft, the art of it.
Yeah, his mind literally was just picture after picture after picture.
I was like, oh, it'd be perfect if you got on top of me, and we get the POV shot of it, and then it hit him. It didn't hit him. It hit him when the neighbors, the next door, were
the action in another room that they forgot that this
is a love hotel. This is what they do, and
the animation showed its work apparently.
Yes, we see. Yeah, I never thought I'd see it that day, but we saw it, and it didn't shy away. It did. Kudos to my dress up done not shying away what a man.
But yeah, it shows up and he's like, get off please.
But it escalated, and oh my god,
and we're both red as tomatoes.
And I thought they were gonna do it. But hey, I guess it was fate for them not to do it. When they got the calls like, hey, your time is up, you guys got to go home or do whatever the hell. You can't be here unless you want to extend the time.
Yeah, because both of them weren't even realizing it too at the moment.
No, because they were both.
Yeah, they were enjoying themselves.
They were enjoying themselves of the cosplay, the photo shoot in itself, and then that's when it hit them. I was like, oh shit, like we're about to do it. And I just love the ending scene of this episode where you see Gojo.
He's banging his head.
Yeah, he's banging his head while saying her name.
So you could assume what he's probably thinking,
and
that's the farthest we could go.
That is so creative, though. Like, it's so much better than Rent a Girlfriend, how they bluntly say what he's doing, and here's like, oh my god, perfectly normal, bro. Like, I don't blame him. I go respects to Gojo, man. Honestly, that's just all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And just I wonder what's gonna happen after this. Like, are they gonna bring it up, or is it gonna be awkward? But knowing Maureen how she is, she's probably gonna pass it on.
I don't think so. I feel like both of them are not gonna brush it. I feel like it's gonna come out since we're getting close towards the end.
Next week it'll be the last episode.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens next episode, man.
Yeah, and we've seen all the cosplays at this point from the opening.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens next with our lovely couple of the year, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
We have Princess Connect Redive, second season, episode 10. And Land of Souls in danger. Oh no.
No,
it's been in danger for like the whole two seasons.
It's been in danger behind the scenes, but now it's finally in the forefront of everyone.
The bandage was open.
Yes.
The bandage was ripped off hard.
Yes. And
Discount Roxy figured it out. Sorry, that was mean. I'm sorry, Uni.
Yeah, man.
She didn't say it like that. That was mean. I like Uni.
I love her Rosetta Stone, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's in danger, and everyone's trying to do their part, like protect the townspeople, protect the town, like the city itself, And Peckering kind of like they just go into action. It's like, oh, we gotta get in the move.
Yeah, no more small talks. It's more like action at this point.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And we see that Carol's under control, or like just being a bad Carol with a mask.
she's you find it later in the show that she's under control. She's being puppeted.
Yeah. To
do evil things.
Which I was like, damn. And it was interesting when they captured Ilya, one of the girls, which apparently she's like the Queen of the Darkness. I didn't even know. But
yeah, she was from last season. She's
yeah. So it was interesting that they captured her, and then you see her girl got captured, so they won't be in the fight. And
yeah, I think our antagonist girl captured her because she was running low on power, and Ilya has that built up power from being in the dark side.
Yeah, and then we obviously know what happened with the sister, the redhead sister. She got captured. I mean, she's using her power as well.
Yeah.
imprisoning everyone in the,
making
the kingdom.
making a wall like Attack on Titan.
Literally.
But yeah, man, it was a lot of good moments.
Really intense episode. Like I found, the scene with Carol and Pecorine was really intense. And then, like I said, when you find out that Carol's being puppeted, and she's like, I don't want to kill people anymore, and then the Beast Woman's like, no, you will kill them. And then that was a really horrible scene to watch, because it's like Carol trusted this woman with her life. She tried everything to do to impress her, to make her like her and stuff like that. Now she's just being used as a tool to kill people.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though for this episode? Not expecting this one. I don't know if you guys picked it up, but in my when I noticed is Kokoro in general got her moment where she didn't know what to do.
Yeah, she was
literally lost. She hit a void where she doesn't see anyone until Yuki literally pretty much says like, "Hey, I'm here.
We gotta go."
Yeah,
go.
That's a really good moment actually, because I like that because
she was always prepared.
She had the answers.
Yeah, in a way.
But not this time.
I think it was really good because it showed that Yuki's like he's gaining, his own.
No more goofy guy. He's very serious. We gotta get it done. And there's one scene I did like though, when the fro guy, when the little girls were in trouble, and they put in work, man. Those town people put in work, man.
No, these town people did work, huh? Compared to the other show, they didn't.
Yeah, they did hella work.
Yeah, this in Vox Machina, they were dying side by side. The whole townspeople were actually doing work.
Yeah, Big Mama came in, bro. It was awesome.
That pen was on fire, right?
Heck yeah. I wish she was a character. But yeah. But and it revealed the big plot with how the Beast Woman is not the real princess, and what's her name? What's the real name? Esther's damn. Nothing with an E. But the real princess has to show her face. And who obviously they guessed it was Pecorine. They're like, oh, can you please stand up? Show the real princess. And it, even if you don't put two to it, kind of shows it before it was revealed. Like she's really protecting the townspeople, and princess strike and all that stuff, all that glory. But yeah, it was very drama heavy, action packed, and really solid episode. Honestly, I wonder how it's just gonna get solved. I don't know how they're gonna come over with this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they would end this the show itself, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man, I'm excited, and we'll see if they could get Carol to come help their side, and if the willpower of everybody could defeat this Beast Woman. Kaiser.
Everyone's fighting right now.
Everyone's in the fight, even Llama.
Probably somewhere.
Yeah. We have Ranking of Kings, aka Ousama Ranking, episode 22, and it's literally the aftermath of last episode. We get more backstory with
the demon.
Yes, the demon himself and what he was.
Which is good. I expect that from the show, because the show's literally had backstories for every single character, and they were saving this guy
for last, which
is important because he is like the big baddie of the season. Like he's the most mysterious character.
I wonder what was the promise, because they didn't explain it in this episode what Miranjo promised him or whatever.
I guess to not ask for wishes, and she broke the promise.
That's what I think, because he said in the next scene, he's like, oh, when people wish for stuff, I get uglier. And then she comes back and she says, I'm so sorry. And he's like, whatever, right? What's your wish? So I think that's what happened, because I think she keeps wishing, and he's like, you broke a promise, and you broke it again. Like,
interesting.
Like, yeah. That's how I got from it.
That makes a lot of sense. And then
Yeah.
I just like how in this world.
That's why she got targeted first before the king himself.
Yeah.
Because she was the one who actually wished instead of boasted. Boast didn't wish for it. She wished.
Yeah, she just told what the demon did, which I like in this world. The demon's like a genie. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
He's got a really freaky design though. I like his design a lot.
No, his design's amazing.
It's really terrifying to look at her.
Like his design, like I always liked about this show, like the simpler it goes, like the creepier you get. Like I remember the demon and like when we were in his purgatory, like those shadow figures, like of just that, I'm like, I'm already scared. I'm like, so the show does it really well. And then the whole backstory with King Bose, how he took care of Miranjo.
Well, while we're looking at that was the flash. The basically what's his name? The son, Daida. Yeah, Daida's witnessing this whole story.
Yeah,
Beginning.
He finally has the full story with Miranjo, what she went through, obviously torment and punishment,
and the mirror itself, and why she was with him throughout the whole entire.
It was sad to see little Miranjo just gonna end everything, and
Bose, it was sad. Yeah,
Bose just doing everything he can just to keep her alive, keep her safe, be normal.
It was cool that you could even notice with certain periods of time when we would like change kind of timeline. You could see where Miranjo has her face completely like a doll. Like in the beginning, she had like she could move her eyes, move her mouth, but there was a moment where she literally like didn't move her face at all. I mean, her face flat. I like that.
And
it's either that too, or she got sadder over time. Like she's got more stoic and no more expression.
Yeah, like she won't even smile. Like that's what I think Daida called her. I was like, yo, you can smile.
Yeah.
And I like also too, like I know we haven't mentioned in the podcast, but one of the kings, the god kings, was like one of the biggest things that killed.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we got backstory because we kept seeing flashbacks of like this guy, and we didn't really see anything about him. But then you see that this guy's like he's a monster, and he defeated Bose.
Yeah, he was terrifyingly looking too for a moment.
Yeah, he was really powerful to the point when they went to go ask to become the strongest person in the world. Like they beat him, but even Bose is like,
I don't feel happy about it.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, this episode, I think who won this episode for me is Despa. Despa really, really like, even though he had a lot of like, oh, why didn't I get this, or why wasn't it me that got the wish, or like stuff like that. He managed to not say like he didn't say it in a mean way or anything, but he said pretty much next time.
He was very mature about it. If I was in that situation and this little bratty kid came out and wished for the person who caused all of this to live again, I'd be like,
what the
when
hell?
my brother's sitting there suffering for all of eternity, I'd be like, oh, but shoot this kid, beat this kid up, man.
But I like what Despa said in general. Like, hey, you went through all this cruel thing. I saw what happened to you in the past. You better not recreate all of this again. I want you to change whatever what you did before. I want to.
You got a lucky second chance, bro. You better fix it. Basically, is what he said.
Yeah.
Like we weren't gonna give you the second chance, but you got it, so you have to do something with it. Like I'm not happy with it, but you gotta do something with it.
Yeah, like I seen your side of the story, and obviously terrible,
and I get it, but you gotta atone for what you did.
You gotta tell your story, and hopefully it never happens again. Which it's respectable, and that's what Despa would. I could see him saying that, so I believed it. And just not the captain.
Despa was really mature.
The captain
I'm with David. He's one of the best characters in the show. Honestly, he's really like kind-hearted person, but a bit scummy, but he's a kind-hearted person.
Yeah,
so
not his fault. People like money, gold.
Yeah.
So,
but one thing before David continues, because me and David are gonna disagree on this 100%. Daida marrying Miranjo is negative, bad for the anime, dude. I am genuinely like against this 100%. I can get giving Miranjo a second chance and stuff like that, but I'm not happy with it. Like,
And
I don't know if she deserved it. You know,
I think
like
you're like how the people in the anime are reacting. It's like, why are we giving her a second chance? She
Yeah.
caused all this, and then there's some people who's like, that's okay because we know her backstory. And I think that camp will always be divided because yes, she should be punished for what she did. She caused all this.
It's kind of like should like a prisoner be allowed out of prison? You get me? It's kind of the same thing, you know.
yeah, like
should we allow?
I'm on the camp that she should have died. She should have been in eternal hell because of the, you know, she killed Boji's mom. She destroyed the whole kingdom. She took Daida's body from him. You know, she tried to assassinate Queen Hilling. She tried to kill Boji. Like, all this stuff she did just because of her selfish need to be with Bose. And it's like, you gotta atone for that. And I don't know if just being a nice, good person after that, like, is gonna atone for it. And even, like, that's why I say I'm with Despa there. Like you gotta show me, dude. 'Cause
Yeah.
you stole my wish. Like, I think Oken should have got that wish.
No,
Oken is suffering unconsciously.
I'm in the same camp with you, Josh, because I feel like Oken should have came back, and like, because he seemed like a good guy before the curse. Like he seemed
I did like what Despa said though about Oken. He said, Oken's mortal. We'll have an eternity to do this again. Like,
Yeah.
there's always going to be a next time.
and like even in like the little like a little like flash of like Oken's like, you know, like I would have gave it to Miranjo because I know what she went through as well. That's why I fought with her on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because both have not had, you know, both of them are not in the good place either. You know, his brother Oken murdered a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
Not consciously like Miranjo.
Yeah.
So that's the difference that I think. It's because he's cursed and
Both are
went
cursed.
insane. You know,
Yeah.
you can't help it.
Yeah, and I think I would love to know like what camp is that on, because that is a split divide of like
Yeah.
who like what is right and what is wrong, and like I think there's no wrong answer to that.
Yeah. I like that you know, we could go both ways. I don't feel like there's a set way like, yes, she's guilty or not guilty. You get me?
Yeah. I like that this is a discussion, but one thing I'm really against. What's with the marriage thing, man? What's what is that, Daida? Come on, you're like 15. She's like 100 and something. Like, come on, bro, this is a little weird. This is getting weird now.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I do agree with you too. I was like,
It's weird,
isn't she
bro.
like
It's weird,
100
man.
or something? Like I don't know. The age, it could be all different. It could be like, oh, she's 17, he's 15, whatever. But they don't explain it, and I'm going with Josh as well. I'm like, yo, this is kind of weird though.
It's weird, man.
that's
It's
all-
weird.
that's all-
And I get that you've been with her like
Forever.
in like you've seen everything and been with the little doll of Miranjo and like the little kid version and stuff like that, and you formed an attachment with it, but you don't gotta jump to marriage. Like, you could just be like, hey, I want to help you. Like, we don't have to like,
You could be around the castle or something.
yeah, like you don't have to jump to
know,
marriage.
well,
Like,
I
I think it's a
feel
little
like-
goofy.
The reason why he popped out that right away is that, you know, she's a child. He's a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, he just, you know, his emotions kicked in, especially during that time. The emotions were kicking in. Boji and Daida were on the emotions at this point. And then, of course, when the mother scene appeared too, and I was like, oh, no.
I was gonna get to
Yeah.
that. Like Queen Healing seeing her kids, you know.
Yeah.
She reminded them of when they were just babies, and like just seeing them now, like they've grown up, become stronger. You know, it's emotional, touching.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like we'll see what happens later on, but I guess that's out of emotion for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
And I think it's the reason why he said that, no, these because he has changed in general. He's no longer the you know how he used to be back then. You get me?
Daida.
Daida, yeah. In general,
Yeah, he's not.
because he would have been, you know, like, screw her, you know.
Yeah, he's not the same character he was in episode 1 or 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
He has seen the light, literally.
But yeah,
Yeah, and then one more thing. The whole Desha with the whole ranking of kings they actually referenced. He will become number 1 king of the
He
system.
is number 1.
Oh yeah, he is number 1, and he gets the
But
luxury.
he's planning something.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't know what it meant when, because at the end shot, like the candle on his throne it blew off, and I don't know what that meant.
Yeah, because the guy said like, "Hey man, don't take money," and what was it? He said money or
Don't let it like consume you or something.
yeah,
Like greed get to you.
and then that's when the candle.
Like a lot of like other kings or whatever, they fall ill to that.
yeah,
I mean, we only have one more episode left, and I wonder what's there to say, and like there's a lot of things that are left unraveled. Like, you know, the rest of the criminals, when, you know, the king, the one like we thought died, but he ended up moving. He's still like in the forest doing I don't know what.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
And then the one with the poison in his teeth and his mouth. What happened to him? You know.
hey man,
There's still a lot of
I think
possible.
you know what? I think
There's
we'll
a lot of
finally, with the next season of this, I think we'll finally get into the ranking of kings.
Yeah, because even though that's the title of the show, that has never been explained.
until the very end.
twice.
Yeah, it's been referenced 2 or 3 times. It's so mysterious of what this ranking system even means.
But I enjoy that. I like the fact
Yeah. I think that's the best part about that is like we're not like full info dump on episode dedicated to the ranking system. You know, it's just like there's a system.
It's you know what? I like Ousama ranking because it's fluid. It's very fluid. It's a fluid storytelling. Things just kind of mesh together in a way that's like, if we were watching the show weekly, you could probably blast through Ousama ranking in like a day because it's very fluid and every episode leans in on another. So I'm thinking that the second season is going to be the same way. It's going to be fluid. We're going to get into the system of ranking and all that stuff. Now that we got through like the main, you know, issues with the kingdom, we're gonna have new antagonists and so like they've really made a big world out of Ousama ranking, and like I'm excited to see where it goes. Honestly, you know, even we're at the second last episode and they're still giving us questions.
Yeah,
They're still giving us like things to think about.
that's a good point you bring up. It's like we're still asking questions. And very like I really want to know. Like I'm so interested. Not like, you know, Sabuki Bisco was like, oh, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that?
Yeah, it's just dumb. Like who cares,
Yeah,
right?
but this
no,
is
it's like this is interesting.
I would love to know. And like you can always read the manga, or just wait for the anime. And yeah, it's baffling. And I can't believe next week will be the last episode for Ousama ranking kings. And one more note I want to bring out: this show's finally getting its flowers, its notice. Other than the anime community, like there's people really. This is probably the popular show of the season, next to Dress Up Darling. So I'm really happy. I'm happy for it. I'm hoping that this show gets the Jujustu Kaisen treatment, where like it took a while to get the popularity, but by the end, when the whole thing wrapped up, everyone starts binge watching it, and they really get into it, and we see all the merch and all that stuff. And that's what I'm hoping for, because this show is just.
Oh yeah, we hardly have merch, huh?
No, barely. So I really, really hope so that this gets the same treatment that show did. Man, whew. I love talking about this show.
We'll see what happens next week. And
Yes, last week. Oh god. We have 86 part 2 episode 12 or episode 23, and this is the finale of 86 after its 3-month hiatus and after that beautiful episode last week. This is no difference from last week. This episode was well deserved. We finally got the moment.
yeah,
What is that moment, David?
we finally finished the battle.
For now.
Yes, for now. This is pretty much the conclusion of the part 2 or season 2, if you want to say, of this season in general.
Yeah.
And the squad meets up.
They finally meet the handler 1. And it's such a beautiful moment, how I pictured it, and even better, of how the major and
I love. I wish we had more time with the major. Those scenes and everything.
yes, what we've always nitpicked was like, where's the major? What is she doing? Why aren't we getting? This is literally dedicated to that.
It's the thing that, like, I get it. We see the battles and stuff like that, but I wish we were kind of like in the first part of the show itself, where we had a balance between what's happening here and what's happening there. I wish this season also had that similar thing. I know Shin in general was the main focus on the show, but they could have balanced it kind of how they did with the major, where she was leading the first part.
And I feel like I finally realized why they did that, because I mean the show's called 86, and we're following the 86 group itself. So it would be weird, like, you know, that was split when she's no longer controlling the 86 anymore. Oh well, she is like her own, like a new 86, but the old 86 that we've been following.
No, I know that, but the fact that I wanted to see like how they kind of showed him off a little bit on the first part, like compared to
like how they split attention. We
not completely, but at least mention her a little bit by little. Like I want to know what happened even more.
But we kind of got the gist of it in this episode.
So, yeah, with one episode, But yeah, continuing from we saw the whole the diversity with the arguments between the 86 and then the
silver hair people.
Yeah,
those people.
They still hate each other.
They still hate colored people, hair people, even though they saved them.
Yeah,
and now they're trying to work together since they did save their beat.
A lot of people died, but a lot of people kind of survived as well.
Even when like the survivors of the silver hair people, they're like, damn, how far we fallen, we succumb to this. We're negotiating how much soup we're getting each other and stuff like that. And it shows like how their system would eventually fall. So that was just their demise itself,
dude. And I really like that. I didn't notice it till finally when she closed the box. I was like, wait, she has similar to Shin. Where he has a box.
And I think that was a perfect similar, like, you don't know it. It's not like in your face, but it just goes to show how Shin and her were like very, very similar in that, like, they respected everyone that were in their group, like with like family. And I like that ending shot too, where like she leaves her box with the fallen, which she thought all of 86 died. Like, they made it there.
Yeah, though, of course, the main squad she really cared, like really cared about, had that promise that she was holding him and never put it in the box.
Yeah.
So she always left them outside to see one day, like, I could see them.
Yeah, if they were alive or not.
Yeah.
And that's why it was sad for her to put them in there. It was like, damn, they died right there. But
she's like, nope.
Lo and behold, they finally meet up, and it was probably the best reunion I've ever seen in anime. Just seeing everyone emotional, just talking.
We also saw the friend too. I was scared that she wasn't gonna make it. A Major's friend.
Oh yes.
Annette.
Yeah, Annette did make it. I said that last week. I was like, I wonder if Annette made it out or not. But she did, and she's right along as well to help our Major. And yeah, man, it was just a beautiful scene. Beautiful seeing the Major cry. Shin looked like he about to cry.
He was holding it in, man, just like me. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I think
the squad was, tearing up already, and he was holding it.
Yeah, and then also another beautiful shot I kind of glossed over. It was like, once the war ended for that round, they actually went back to their mundane tasks, just living their lives. Raiden being the handyman, the snow queen cooking, and I didn't know Shin loved to cook as well.
But he's bad.
Yeah, he's terrible at it. But hey, he's trying something, and our artiste perfecting his art, and the girl just being a girl.
The one that no one cares. I mean, people do care about her. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
not to be mean.
I mean, she's part of the group. She's part of the group.
She's part of the group.
But yeah, man, it was beautiful.
The sister figure.
Yes, little sister. And I like too. They also did a nod to like when Fido had his little final moments. The new Fido 2.0. Recapture the moments.
You know what? I was kind of terrified at first. I thought she wasn't gonna see them, but she was gonna see the video of them that they're still alive. I was like, oh no, is Major not gonna get to see the squad?
I thought we were gonna get a cliffhanger when they finally meet. That was the end.
Oh, I like the fact too with the friend, Shin's friend, the cemetery part.
Eugene?
Yeah, Eugene.
He closed that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
the guy we hate too.
Yeah. What's his name? Marcel.
Yeah.
Marcel. He says he's sorry that he blamed everything on him at the time.
Yeah.
Including when
me and you in general were like, hey, it's his fault.
Yeah.
It wasn't Shin's fault at all.
No, yeah. I'm glad that he forgave him. He was trying to forgive for what he did, because probably like was
I like
them up.
I like the fact that he's like, hey man, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Just you yourself tell her. You know?
So tell the little sis that
that you're sorry.
You're sorry. We all move on, which is a healthy thing to do. Which it took Shin a while to do. So that was beautiful.
I feel like he outgrown himself through that part, that scene in general.
Yeah, because if it was old Shin, he would have been like, whatever, bro, like F you, whatever. But hey, it just goes to show how great of a character Shin has become, and how he hasn't forgot his roots.
He's still the Reaper.
He accepts his role. But yeah, and I love the photo shot finale, which I don't know if I want more. I think this was just a good ending in general. Like, yeah, the war is not over. We still have a problem. And if they do another one, great. If they don't, honestly, a perfect ending.
Hey, man. They're both going to be together, so I'm glad that that's going to happen. If anything, I want to see next.
Oh, when they make the 86, bro?
Yeah. I thought we were going to hold hands, but they gave us the 86.
He's like, gotcha. But yeah, and then that was 86. The finale.
Finale, part 2 or season 2.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys think.
Whatever you like to call it. 86 finally wrapped up. 3-month highs. I think well deserved.
Yeah.
Well deserved. Not like another show I can think of the top of my head.
Yeah.
Wondering.
You want to start with yours or mine?
Yes, this is the review part of 86. And man, I think it's going to be hard for me to remember everything, especially like season 2. But I'll give it my best shot. Obviously, 86 was not part of our first season review, and I regret that ever since. And but catching up to that, giving what I give, I still believe that stand. And in watching part 2, I was like the rest of the group. I was like, man, I really want more major. Some of these episodes are boring, with compromise, we did get, I think, amazing character development with Shin, his squad, Federica, and Federica's guard. They did a good job building characters, and that's the most important thing in these war animes. Like, what are we fighting for? These characters, the 86ers, and for the major, and to me, care about that. I think he did a great job. The Spire Tanks, I thought I would hate, ended up being real cool. And the moments we did get to see him, awesome action, honestly, especially in the first season. There was a lot of action there, a lot of members dying and stuff like that. And when all seemed lost, somehow Shin made it a way to succumb all that, and it was, man, I was in the edge of my seat watching every action, and even the points when he lost himself in the thrill of battle, wanted to die. But yeah, man, Federica, she okay. I was annoyed by her, but after a while, she grew to me. She became the mascot. And yeah, man, just great storytelling. A little problem pacing here and there in the second part, but I think well deserved, especially with these last 2 episodes. I always say in the podcast, David. The ending always matters, and if you could do a solid ending, that it was well deserved, and it doesn't feel like a force. Oh, get another season now. You conclude your story, then you deserve another one. Then that's awesome, and I think this was just the perfect ending to this 23 episodes. So amazing, animation was awesome, and if we don't get more, then it was a good ride, and if we do, awesome. But with my rating, I give it a Give it 9 out of 10, man. Or do I give it 8.6 out of 10?
jeez.
No, 9 out of 10. Oh, amazing show. You should definitely watch it. And you don't have to wait the 3-month hiatus like we did. What about you, David?
Yeah, about me. I really enjoy. Of course, me and Josh were in it for the first season. We enjoyed the first season. I love the first season. I had fun with the first season. I liked the second season. I didn't like it as much as the first season, but it does. I'm not. The thing is that I get where they were making it seem like there's. I had like frustration, but I felt like the show was like making it that way, just like how they made the first part as well. The first part of the season itself was similar. You know, we had the major, you know, the whole her issue with her federation, and you know the whole people hating the 86, and then once we started going like around episode 6 or around 6 or no, like around 12, right? Or what episode was it? When we went to the 86, and we had it was main focus on the 86 most of the time, because you know they left.
If anything, like it was like towards the half first season, we got more time with the 86ers, and then obviously the second season was all about them.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that because it didn't focus on Shin or the major. If anything, it was focused on them, like as a group, trying to survive this thing. And I guess where I kind of had the major issue in this the whole entirety of the series was that point. I wish I saw what happened during that scene. The whole like they were about to die. The cliffhanger of the season 1 with season 2's
like how they survived.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's the only thing that was big for me, where I wanted to see it, witness it. But they managed to survive, so I was like, all right then, that's fine. I guess we're not gonna see what happens.
I remember when we were covering
covered that.
We had a big gripe about it.
But other than that, I didn't have much hate for Federica. She was just okay character. She's not like, oh my god, she's the worst, or she was just okay. You know, she was there for the story purposes. But the main story was with Shin now.
Yeah.
Because Shin was the squad got their time during the other part, and then this part we're finally like, it's Shin's time to shine. You know, he needed, you know, why is he so always serious? Why is he always like doesn't feel sorry as much for some of these deaths? Like he does feel the sorrow, but it's never shown as much. And on this season, we get to see his anger. We get to see his mentality like shatter, and that's what I liked about this season in general. And it was a really good payoff towards the end, where episode 11, where he finally like heard Major. He witnesses Major for the first time, and that's where he finally changes his ways. You know, he's like, he is not the fault. You know, he always blames that like, you know, I could have saved you. I could have, you know, this and that, but you can never do that. You know.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like the whole that whole situation in general, and how they met up at the end, and you pretty much set up that whole scene, the scenario, and
the ending.
Yeah, the ending in general. I like that ending. I really enjoyed it, and can't wait for next season. Whenever they throw out a next season, I'm up for the ride, because now this time the whole squad is riding together as a whole instead of being separate.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that little where they're holding their little pictures.
Yeah, what the major drew of them.
Yeah, the major drew of them at the end of the scene. So yeah, so I still I'm still at a 9.
Okay.
As a whole, as both parts, they're still I think a 9.
Yeah, I think that's why I gave it to, like both 9 if we were comparing it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously we'll see the other guys' review.
Yeah. No, we'll throw out the guys' scores.
We'll throw out their ratings, and
yeah.
You know, if you want to ask them questions more detail, you can always ask in the comments.
Yeah.
They'll happily reply.
Yeah.
It would have been Dragon Quest Dai, but again from last week, the hack did happen, and it really affected Toei, and unfortunately, it will be on hiatus for the time being. They say 3 weeks, and
Might be more than that. We don't know.
we might be more than that. It's not just Dragon Quest Dai itself; it's
Toei's shows in general.
One Piece. The Dragon Ball movie that was supposed to come out next month. That's also been.
That one's indefinite.
Yeah. So from being next month to indefinite, it's a shame. So hopefully, I know we have our fans for Dragon Quest. There's nothing we could do about it.
Tear in my
Big tear in our eyes. So
I guess we don't get to see Hadler.
Hadler is still alive, man.
He's still just slow dying.
Goddamn Hadler.
He gets to live for a while.
Oh, God. Something special, which I didn't think we would cover, but hey, I'm glad we are. We have.
I requested to cover it, to be honest.
Yes, Josh
It
requested.
was all me.
Josh requested this OVA to be covered, and if you know, that is Mushoku Tensei, aka Jama's Reincarnation. I will seriously try this time. OVA. Oh,
Goblin Extermination.
yes. This is what if Iris watched Goblin Slayer and she became it.
This episode basically takes place in between the episodes where Rudy is like
Shattered.
meeting his dad again and going through that crisis in his mind about Paul and stuff like that.
Yeah, they had the argument.
This is basically
didn't
Eris's point of view when she said she was going to go goblin exterminating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's weird.
I think that fit really well. It flowed well when they put it in there. So
It was a great. I think it was a great idea. Like honestly, take such a small part where they split up and they make a whole episode of it, a whole Eris episode, best character in the show, like best girl, like. You can't beat it. It was great Mushoku Tensei goodness. We have a new character introduced. I love the beginning part with like the shadows coming in and stuff like that. And you kind of get to see his backstory a little bit, but it wasn't like given to you. Like it was kind of just like, hey, he's gonna be important later.
Like,
so here's a little teaser.
The pieces were set out, and you could put 2 and 2, but it is definitely a setup character for what's to come with him.
And actually, this whole episode was a setup episode because it's a completely different conflict.
Yeah.
Now you got conflict with 2 religious factions.
Yeah, which is
in this town.
Big, religion. You say religion to anything, it's just like big conflict. You always have 2 groups.
Yeah,
with
so that's really exciting. But yeah, Cliff is a little egotistical little
Hey man,
child.
it kind of gave me the same thing as Rudius, where he overconfident.
gives me the same thing, but he doesn't have the skills to pay the bills. If you know what I mean.
Hey man,
Eris knows it.
well,
He's like, who's this little twerp? Where's my Rudius?
Where's my real G?
well, like in the episode itself, he thought he was good. He thought he was what was it, A rank?
A rank mage.
Advanced rank, yeah.
And it goes to show like the saying of a big fish in a small pond. That's what he is.
Yeah.
That's what Cliff is.
Mm-hmm. Yes, basically.
And I feel
he's very good in his field, but Eris basically was like, hey, there's somebody better than you.
Yeah.
Like there's always somebody better than you.
Mm-hmm.
yes, he kind of noticed it at the end. So in general, I feel
I feel like the whole story was like it was kind of like it was Eris's story, but it was also Cliff's story because Cliff, he became like he went from being a cocky kid to being infatuated with Eris to finally being like, okay, there's no shot.
I gotta get better.
Yeah.
I gotta get better. Pretty much.
I love his interpretation of Rudis though. He's like a tall dude.
Oh yeah, the silhouette.
Yeah.
Of a blonde hair.
Yeah.
Well, he's pictured. It's funny because that's older Rudius. That's what he looks like as he gets older in like his later teens. But that's how he pictured him now because Eris keeps saying he's my teacher and stuff like that.
He's the best.
He's the best. So they don't think that he's like a little kid.
And
You know what's funny?
Although Eris does say, "Hey, he's shorter than me," but you know,
I like that Rigid was just following in the back.
yeah, he's always been like
protecting her.
he's always
Protecting
been
her,
like
yeah.
that. So I like how they kept that trait with him. He didn't just
And I like how he lies at the end too when Eris is like, "Oh, where have you been?" He's like, "I've been just doing stuff. I've been out, you know."
I've been
he
here.
lies about it when he goes after those guys in the thing. He's like, "What are you doing with that child?"
what are you really doing with that child?
Also, one thing I really love too was when Eris saved the child and the
Oh, the night.
night lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was gonna say her name, but then she realized that, oh, if I say Rouger, it will help break the curse. And I thought that was a really nice like thing, because it showed that it wasn't just Rudy doing all the legwork. Like, he had other people helping as well. Obviously, Eris was on track, which you'd think how much Eris has grown from the first part to the second part of the season. Like, she went from like saying things without even thinking about it to now like thinking and putting up with people as well, instead of just like, I know she punched Cliff in the face twice, but she put up with him for the whole day.
Yeah.
So
No, but
she did.
But this episode in general also shows that since it was a different take from how we usually see it with Rudis, where you know he's an older guy inside his head. We're seeing it as a perspective from a kid. You get me?
From Eris' perspective.
Yeah.
And I also felt like
because she even got lost too. Remember that? Well, when they go into the forest, she's like, "Oh, I don't know where we're at."
Yeah, and then she's like, "Why don't you fly up there?" He's like, "What are you talking about? I can't do it." She's like, "Oh, Rudy can."
I like how she said that. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I love Eris because I love her character development. Even in the first part when kids being cocky to her and being like a little jerk, like she put up with it for a little bit. Like she was there clenching her fist. She was getting angry.
I know that.
But before in the first part, she would just swung immediately, like no hesitation.
She would have lashed
out. So, you know, she's learning how to handle her emotions and be a functional member in society, basically.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
And I gotta talk about the fight.
Oh, gorgeous fight.
Gorgeous.
I love the fight scenes in this show. They're
I did not see her ripping that guy in half. That was like, whoa.
That was savage. I was like, dude, she's actually like murdered people in this show.
Yeah, so that was always an eyeball treat for me for this show. And the biggest thing was like Cliff being a bigger problem later on in the future. Like
exactly, like they teased that Cliff would be a bigger problem because he liked Eris so much that he didn't like he's going against his own temple, basically his own religious group.
And how he's like,
because
he's a big deal. He's like a master. It's like he's in charge of his
he's
religion.
A master, and if you see from the beginning, like he was raised in them and like kind of groomed in their like religion to be this like huge figure, right? And he went against them, so he's gonna be a big problem later on. And I'm glad they teased it in an OVA just to be like you don't have to watch this, but this gives a little more context to what's gonna happen in the future, you know?
Yeah. So
the way OVA should be.
So yes. Rudis is gonna have a rival in a way.
No, most definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think
or just a speed bump.
I don't think Cliff will be a rival. I think Cliff will be a bigger part of the story, but I think Eris is 100%.
Hey man, no, hey, he broke at the end, so you don't know. He'll do something crazy.
Who knows?
Yeah.
This OVA leaves a lot of questions out in the air, and that, like Josh said it perfectly. It's what an OVA should do. It's not just fan service all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, it was just a good treat to go back to Michigo Tensei. You know, anytime we can, you know, we would love to go back. If hopefully another one, or you know,
a movie or the next season.
Yeah. But with that wraps up the main podcast, and we move on to the leftover minis. Take it away. And welcome to the mini segment of our podcast. Obviously, I'm host Omar.
And this is David.
And like always, we're about to wrap up all the minis at this point. And
You know, if you're here from the main podcast, welcome. You know, you could tune in or just listen to us talking stuff.
Yeah.
We have Rent a Girlfriend, episode 11. And we finally get introduced to the new girl.
She was adorable.
She was adorable, cute, the shy type, and for her own reasons, Everybody has their reasons why to be shy. Hers are no different. She just wants to be more of a social butterfly. That is why she even is doing the whole rental service, so she could open up to talk to people more.
Yes.
And our main guy, he's doing his best to fulfill that goal. Kazuya.
Yeah. Yeah. It was cool that he was helping at the same time, but he's dumb at some moments too of the episode.
No, yeah, most definitely. He's just doing it for attention for Chizuru, and
he's being really selfish too, man.
Yeah, he's being inconsiderate of Sumi. That's the new girl's name. His feelings and how hard it is for her to even just be on this date. Fake date, But he's taking that in consideration. I guess he's putting that wrap around his head and he's like, hey, let me take the lead, because he's used to Chizuru or Ruka, Mami being the front stage, like, oh, this is what we're gonna do and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's new to him to in charge.
Yeah.
And it's a normal day, honestly. They go to bowling. They just go
on a date.
Yeah, on a date. On what a date would be. It's cute. It's adorable. And did she get a strike? I think.
Yeah. No. Yeah. She was trying her best on the date itself too, like, because she never does, like, I guess anything in general to the people. She's just sitting there, like when we see her little. Not flashback, or is it a flashback in a way? Where we see her on other dates and she's always quiet.
I guess flashbacks.
Yeah, right? But yeah, so you just see her just shaking her head or waving her head most of the time. So this is where
she's truly the embodiment of an introvert.
Yeah.
And
so in this episode she was trying real hard.
Yeah, and then the big climax of these guys hitting on her because she is Kawaii Desu, and it was just uncomfortable vibes all around. But hey, Kazuya manned up and he was like, "Hey, it's my girl, and we're going somewhere else."
I'm leaving.
I was like, "Why is she with you, bro? You're a freaking zero. Get with the hero, Oh, those damn lame pickup lines. But someone else also catches Kazuya with the new girl. Who other than Mommy? Yes, Mommy has returned.
And she
knows. Full vengeance.
She is. At first she wasn't, but now she is. She's really like, why is she with this girl? Like, aren't you with Chizuru? And then now she's got the reversal role in a way. Like, why is he getting this attention?
Yeah, and then we find out why Mommy even ended up with Kazuya, because he was just a loser. Just a loser who didn't think would break her heart, but now she's on stalker mode and she's doing her research. And throughout that research, she finds out that Sumi and Chizuru are rental girlfriends.
Yeah, because she ended up renting her.
Yes, Mommy rented Chizuru on a morning date, which who the hell goes on a morning date? But anyways.
So
She did that. And that's what the episode ends.
See what happens last episode.
Last episode of the season, which I did see a trailer for the second season coming in July. So everything's coming in full circle.
Yeah, but we'll see.
We'll see. Final opinion about it next week.
All right, and the next anime we have is Platinum End, episode 22 and 23. We have a twofer for this one because I wasn't here last week, but I'm here this week, and so we get to finally catch up on what happened with our remaining god candidates in this. And I'm actually kind of glad in hindsight that we're doing like a 2-for-1 thing, because episode 22 was more or less set up for what was to come for episode 23. And in that, what I mean is that episode 22 was basically, like I mentioned before, they mentioned how October 5th, we're going to be going to finally resolve this once and for all. And that did end up happening. But not in the way you'd expect. As Platinum End always manages to do. Because what ended up happening with Platinum End, especially with episode 22, was that they basically gave Mirai an ultimatum, in that you either do what you do, you're trying to be God, but we're going to put you in a situation where Saki is going to be killed, which was something that they did refer to like about 10-12 episodes ago. That this is going to be the situation that you're going to be put under in. So you might be thinking to yourself, okay, what's going to happen now? Because basically all of Mirai's option into actually killing Yoneda is now pretty much gone. Because, he's now in a situation where he has to either kill Yoneda or sacrifice Saki. And Nase being Nase is like, oh, don't sacrifice her. You have to be happy. But then he's like, oh, but I want to be happy. This is something that will make me happy. Well, it won't make me happy, but this is something that will, your happiness levels is kind of like where it's at. It's like, do I want to sacrifice Saki or save the world pretty much, or what do we do? And he pretty much came to the conclusion that no, Saki dies. That's it for me. My whole quest of being happy, there's no point. There's no point in leading that kind of life knowing that Saki's death was caused directly by my own action. And he decided to take the L and take the hit. It's like, okay, I'm gonna sacrifice myself, let myself get hit. But because basically what ended up happening was that because the reason why Saki ended up even falling in this situation in the first place is because Nakaumi ended up taking both her and Tamari and the other girl as well over to a secluded mansion and tie them up and basically have them as hostages because they need to die and stuff. And this is the easiest way to do it, which is pretty clever on their part. Not so much Saki's part, because they're like, what the hell, why are we doing this? Because Nakaumi's already on their side. But they didn't expect him to give him the white arrow. But anyway, with that being said, will he die? Will Mirai die for the cause of Saki's love? Find out in the next episode, which is of course episode 23. And short answer is no. Obviously, he's our main character. He doesn't die like that. And who saves him? Well, it's Nase. Nase saves him. And it's does not want him to die. But the problem with what Nase did was that indirectly violated the rules. And how so? As well, because our protagonist wanted to die. He was willing to die, and Nase interfered with that, and therefore she interfered with the god selection process. And because of that, her special ranking was stripped of her and went down to a second rank angel. And yeah, so the situation went from bad to worse, because now Mirai lost his white arrow, as well as losing either his red arrow or his wings. And he chose to sacrifice his wings, so he only has the red arrow now. And Nase's a second rank angel. I do want to mention though I need to get ahead of myself. This doesn't last too long at all. Because like later in the background, like Saki convinces Nagomi, being like, it's like, I don't want to die, but you're going to kill me. And so that of course goes against Nagomi's like whole like thing where it's like, oh, suicide is cool, pretty much. But suicide isn't suicide if the person that's about to die doesn't want to die. So that causes that conflict. Even though he got shot by the red arrow by Yoneda, he's like, well, shoot, what do I do? What do I do? So of course, with his morals being put into question, he frees Saki and the others, and Tamari actually ends up taking his white arrow away, because he's like, well, you don't need the white arrow, so just give it to me instead. So that causes that whole conundrum. And as soon as Nagomi comes back, of course failing and stuff, and Yoneda about to shoot him again, Saki of course saves him again, saves Mirai for the second time, because now Saki's like completely free. And right when Yoneda was like, well, guess I have to take my white arrow back, turns out of course Tamari had the white arrow and is right about to shoot Yoneda. But for whatever reason, Nase saves Yoneda, and because of that, Nase ends up becoming a special rank angel. So yeah, so the whole thing of Nase being a second rank angel probably only lasted like maybe 5 minutes at that. But yeah, with that, Yoneda is completely defeated. Now there's no point in Yoneda even continuing this whole creature complete suicide process. He admits defeat. And he's like, well, I better kill myself. But, he doesn't. Because Mirai, our main character, convinces him, it's like, death isn't that important. It's all about life and kind of like understanding people, all that other good stuff. Basically, Mirai cementing himself as the completely anti-edgy protagonist that he is. And yeah, with that, we even get that conclusion of who that god is going to be, and it's Nagomi, just like Nagomi predicted, or not predicted, but just like he said he was going to be. Nagomi is now the new god, like he said he was. And so with that, the god selection process is over. Nagomi, now that he's the new god, even says that like those who have not participated in the god selection process will now have their mind erased of even the event even happening, and you guys that have survived now get to choose whether or not to keep your memories of this even happening. So basically everyone keeps their memories except for Tamari, because Yoneda promised her that like, oh, I'm gonna take care of you financially, so you never have to work again and stuff like that. So she's like, oh, I can just forget this even happened. And yeah, that's the end of episode 23 and almost the end of Platinum End. So we got one more episode left, surprisingly. Saki and Mirai made it. Everyone else survived. And yeah. I don't know what they're going to be doing for that last episode, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be an epilogue. But yeah, that was Platinum End. A great, interesting couple episodes. Not like that fantastic. It was a lot of mind games, of course, that was being played around. But yeah, we'll see kind of how this series ends for next week's episode. So we shall wait and see.
Is Lupin the Third, Part 6, Episode 23.
23.
And basically, this is we're back where we left off from last week with the whole
serious mode. This one went ultra serious mode.
Oh
yeah, most definitely, since the second to last episode of the season. So we're getting our wrap up with Tomoe, and it was weird seeing Lupin in trance, old school. he was basically like a sleeper agent.
Yeah. Like we got like hypnosis and all that stuff.
This one was trippy because in a way he was controlled in a way that makes him like what he is now, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like throughout the whole, if you really think about throughout the whole season of this particular season, like all the women he has met has triggered him with like including even the one-offs, like the girl that with the her fandom between Lupin and the gang.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like they pretty much connected all the one-off episodes because of the fact that like all these different like one-off characters were all like located in different like countries because Lupin goes all around the world.
But it makes sense too that how he knows the language itself too.
Mm-hmm.
All of that, he was in a way his life was controlled by his mother, in a way.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. That was wild.
That was crazy. I like that. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Let's just say
No
that.
one expected
No one
that.
did.
Even Fujiko was wondering, like, "Hey, what's wrong with you?"
Yeah, she was super jealous that her charm was not working.
Yeah. They even kissed too.
I know. She went the extra mile and didn't work.
But they've been through it's cool that they brought up too, like, "Oh, we've been through it a lot
For years.
for years, and why don't you talk to me?" And he's pretty much stayed quiet on that. I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, man. Hypnosis, man. There's a reason why it's been kept down for generations, right?
Yeah. Sometimes it's just about the simpler tactics.
Yeah, man. If it ain't broke, why fix it? And then once Lupin did get to Tomoe, I was shocked that she was old. I don't know why.
I mean,
Omar wanted her young.
but I mean, Tomoe's been like apparently teaching all these like generations of like children and adolescents and stuff for like years. So it kind of makes sense that she'd be old now at this point.
Yeah, I didn't put two and two.
Wait, she drank the fountain of youth or what? Omar?
Heck yeah, bro. She asked one of her agents, her children, to go like, "Yo, go find me the fountain of youth." You never know in this world.
It was like Bulma from Dragon Ball Super.
Like, yeah, bro. Who knows? I mean, for Pete's sakes, we have Sherlock in this world.
Oh, we got some of Moriarty again.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Does show up, makes a little cameo saying, "Yo, we need Lupin." The world ain't safe without Lupin. I'm like, what? Okay, sure. And then Mattia comes for her revenge. She got a powerful bullet apparently.
Oh no!
And I guess they also explained that like she was her memory was erased, and then she kind of like got clunked back into reality, I guess.
From that episode when
From the one episode with the bank robbery when she got.
Oh, Mattia?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a quinkydink, right? What a small world.
What a small world.
It was crazy too with Senegata as well when he was talking to Lupin. That scene in particular was awesome. I love that whole scene. Like all of them worked together and stuff. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting off Lupin?
Yeah, when they were fighting Lupin.
Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah, and yeah, man, they left out a cliffhanger. If anything, Lupin coming back, not dead.
Yeah. I mean, come on, it's Lupin.
Yeah, I know. I was in the edge of my seat though. I was like, "Oh, they killed Lupin, no." But yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, that episode. We're at the climax. Tomoe is here. Old.
Can't get over it,
Can't get over it. And the magical village, apparently.
Oh, in the Pueblo.
Rest in peace that maid though.
Oh, I know. That sucked.
She got hypnotized to die.
Yeah.
That freaking sucks. But we'll see if Lupin gang save Lupin, and is Tomoe gonna die? Is Mattia gonna die?
Lupin's mom.
Lupin's mom?
Will we get I don't know, Moriarty to jump in or Sherlock Holmes? You don't know.
Who knows? We'll find out next week, the last episode. We have a Attack on Titan, final season, part 2, episode 11, or also known as episode 87. I like to say. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, episode 87. And it's literally the aftermath of last week, the terrifying conclusion of Khan killing his friends.
Oh man, this episode was about killing.
A lot of deaths, a lot of murders. And the first shocking factor was the whole fact that the plane would not just take off. You know, it was going to take like half a day to even get it up and running.
Yeah, that whole situation was stressful. I'm like, damn. So you guys can't at all save anyone at this point from that beginning part of the. Eren is on full force. That train, those footsteps make it far, man. The rumbling is on full force, man.
The rumblings, pretty fast. And at this point, Marlene and I think Annie's town just basically wiped out at this point. Assuming a no.
I know,
right?
And I was
There's
like,
all assumptions, but
to tell you the truth, I kind of felt sorry for Annie, even though I hate her. Yeah,
because that was her whole purpose, to save her hometown. You know, especially her father, and for her to, for them to tell, like, at this point they're probably like wiped out, and then she's like, "What am I really fighting for at this point?"
Yeah, because that whole moment with Mikasa, I was feeling both. Like that whole moment, I was like, damn, what? It gives me like they don't have hope there, That's how it felt.
Well, yeah, because, back to the doc, I guess, there are a lot of moments where each character has that moment, when Reiner and Annie are trying to protect the engineers.
Hold the line. Pretty much.
Freaking Mikasa hesitating to kill a soldier because, she's scared for her life. And then Jean tells her, like, hey, you hesitate for a minute, you're going to die.
Oh no. It just came back to me what happens at the end. But continue.
Yeah, and then hey, one good news, I guess. You're trying to find a silver lining in this episode. Flock dies finally, right?
Supposedly, right? I don't know, man. I didn't see he flew into the water. Just saying.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because alive, man. That'd be surprising. But I like to say he's dead.
I feel like he's gonna come out of the ship, man.
You mean he was holding his breath underwater for how long? He made.
You don't know. Maybe he went in the water, grabbed them, and then he came out of the water. Right? We didn't see him pop out or pop in, or his body floating. When dead people, their body floats.
Okay. Well,
I don't trust that guy, man. He's still alive.
And
survive, man.
And I like even when what was it? Falco even helped in.
Oh, his Titan was awesome.
Yeah,
I think
cool.
one of the cooler, the coolest. It fits with his name, right?
Yeah, Falco.
Yeah. It was a bird Titan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the jaw Titan. And it was like a big Titan.
And then the Connie scene was awesome. But it was sad, but it was awesome when he was fighting the enemy, his enemy.
Yeah. When they were doing the maneuver gear moves and damn, Namikaze was cool and she blew up those two guys for fun.
And then it reminded me of the opening with Eren with the blood raining on.
The second opening with all the blood's raining on them.
Yeah, it's similar. It gave me that similar vibe. I was like, damn, Costa has that blood now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of action in this episode, but at what cost? At what cost?
And then a train, blew up in the background. That was surprised me. I was like, what? Who did that? They didn't say it right away. A
mysterious ally helped them in that point. And I'm glad we didn't they tied into what I mentioned in that episode when it happened. But someone saw them escape from the castle, and it was none other than the trainer, the commander. I forget his name, but you know him, the bald guy who jeopardized Aaron's maneuver gear so he wouldn't pass. He comes back. He actually rigged the railroad, the train, to blow up the reinforcements. And yes, what Dave was saying earlier, the whole sad scene with him and the commander of Marlene at this point.
Yeah, they pretty much have the similar, thing,
They basically, at this point, are no longer fighting for a side. They're fighting for the kids, the youth, for them to live on and have a happy life, because, they made their choices, they made their sacrifices, and it was hard. And I guess nothing can ever repair that. So this is their farewell, and it was sad. It was honestly sad to see them go.
It was the thing that was cool about it too is the fact that he knew he had to go back. One of the captain guy, because he's like, oh, they're on a slower ship compared to this ship that we're on. That's why they were in a blow. Well, it blows up.
He knew his ship because it was a Marlene ship.
Yeah.
So he knew it was like someone has to go blow that up, and if they use that, they're gonna catch up to us. And there's no way in hell we're gonna fight back with what we're on.
Yeah.
So he made the sacrifice.
And yeah, both of them died. That was sad. That was really sad.
But hey, it was a heroic sacrifice for hopefully the rest of the team to go stop Eren.
Yep, they're on a rush to stop the rumbling.
But yeah, I don't know if next week's the last episode or we have two more, or it's gonna be an hour long. Because
I want it to be an hour long. Hopefully they make it an hour long.
We'll see. We'll see how this concludes. We're literally at the finish line, but unfortunately,
It's the last episode.
I think this next weekend it's gonna be delayed, and we'll see from there when it comes back.
We'll check on it. We'll keep
we'll
on checking
keep on that. And the next segment we have is something special for you guys this week. If it's a movie, it's a show we can't stop talking about. Remember our new segment? We always talked about it.
Yes, we did.
It's finally here, finally made it to the States. And that movie is Jujustu Kaisen Zero. Woo!
Ooh.
Theatrical
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes, it's finally here. We saw it opening weekend, and we literally saw the movie. We're right here recording, so it's very fresh in our mind.
Hasn't even been an hour.
And for you guys who just want to hear our opinion of the movie and not, so we're gonna do a non-spoiler review in the beginning, and we'll get into spoilers later.
Yeah.
But with that, let's just jump into this movie, Jujutsu Kaisen. Did it live up to the hype?
I think it did.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it did.
Hell yeah.
It's a fun watch. It's the I think there was no moment where you stopped. It kept going, The story was consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very much so, especially them introducing a whole new character to us and getting to know the main character of this movie was pretty good. They did a good job. I wasn't bored by him at all.
I think the best part about this experience in general is the fact that we have a film of Jujutsu Kaisen, which is already really huge, but the fact that this is not only just a prequel, but it has none of the cast that, well, it doesn't have our main characters that we're already used to, like Yuji, Megumi, Nobara. We don't have them here.
No.
Because this
Team
actually
7
a year before. Yeah.
We're missing
Yeah.
Team 7.
Yeah, you're dumb. No, yeah, we're missing our OG crew that we watched in the show. So it's good. It's cool to just see the year twos being the year one selves, and then
But-
you know, so far so far.
But for me in general, I think the really fun experience I had with this film is that we got to watch this in IMAX, and the detail and the action scenes were so amazing. The sound of everything, even the music was amazing. It was 10 times more than the show.
No, yes, most definitely. I, you know, since this being a movie, the budget went higher and the animation did not slack off. If anything, it intensified from what you experienced from the show. And if you haven't seen the show, you know, I really recommend you watch the movie before.
Absolutely. Like
I didn't expect this from because this is technically my first anime IMAX film. It was amazing. It was a different experience I ever had
yes.
from a general film.
Yeah, so if you have an opportunity to watch an IMAX, go right ahead. You know, right ahead.
Because we did watch this in IMAX.
Yes, we watched it in IMAX.
And what an experience that was.
Yeah, so take that for granted, but that still doesn't change the fact that this movie is still good. The characters Yuta and then Geto are our villain, if anything. Good villain, really interesting as well. And I'm
Really entertaining too.
Yeah, hella entertaining.
So fun.
To a point, I was comparing him to Gojo of how entertaining he is. I'm like, what the hell? Not supposed to be feeling like this for the bad guy.
I still hate the guy.
Yes, but the action, it's just like in the show, man. It's just if he did anything better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the pretty like the gist of it in general. Like if you guys haven't seen it, you guys got to see it. But after this, it's pretty much the spoilers after this.
You want to give a quick rating or?
For the like for me, you know, I'm just gonna go with a 10.
Oh damn!
It was really exciting. I had a blast watching this film. And you guys should too. Go watch it.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll go.
You go.
I'm with David. You know, I gave this show 10 out of 10 or only 10 out of 10. And what's the difference with the movies? 10 out of 10. More what we want from the show.
It's not like we didn't leave it, man.
Yeah, it felt back like home. If anything, just enhance our experience, especially with IMAX. And yes, definitely go watch it. Watch it 2 times. I'm planning on watching it again.
Absolutely. No, I'm 110% with you on that, because I also give this movie a 10 out of 10 as well. This movie is just action packed. The animation is just gorgeous. Like everything that you want out of Jujustu Kaisen, this movie just absolutely delivers. Like it is just brilliant to watch. And the characters, of course, like and that's the beauty of this, right? Like I feel like this movie works both ways. Like if this is your first exposure to Jujutsu Kaisen, that actually works too, because this is a prequel, of course. So a lot of those details that you would normally get through the show, you get some of it here, but it doesn't feel like a complete retread like before. But if you've also seen the show and watched this here, you also benefit that as well, because like I said, this doesn't feel like a complete retread. So yeah, absolutely 10 out of 10.
Yes, it does. If you're a fan, it does you justice. If you're not a fan, it does you justice. So and as I said before, we highly recommend it. Go watch it now. And if you don't want to be spoiled, I would suggest you click right off.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're going to move into spoilers. And I can't believe Gojo died, man. That was crazy, dude.
Wait, so you guys still haven't left? Get out of here.
You're still here? Get out of here. Last warning. All right, for real. Yeah, man, Yuta being now part of the story is gonna be interesting, especially how his curse with his loved one being gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that affect him as a sorcerer, exorcist? Like, he's super powerful in his own right, but like, is he power level down, or I don't know. That's the question I'm having right now.
Like, I enjoyed this film because we had three different kind of stories. We had Gojo's, we had the villain himself. I forgot his name again.
Geto?
Yeah,
So,
and our MC of this film, and but it's crazy to see that in general that where we went through the story in general, where Gojo ended up we find out that how much he enjoys the youth itself,
yeah.
His students, and kids in general too.
He absolutely has like that mentality of we have to focus on our youth because they're our future.
The next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically has all his chips down on the new generation. So because he, as you know from the show, he hates the old bastards.
Yeah. He wants to have fun, wants to enjoy life.
And I'm glad like we still see that side of Gojo, like being the wacky fun sensei that he is. That doesn't change.
And then we get a backstory with Geto, where
Geto.
he has a similar kind of thing, but his way of thinking is that the Jujutsu the Jujutsu people in general should be the overall, like, screw humans in general. He hates humans.
They should be like worship as gods. Like
Curse users are like basically the one and only people that should exist, not the monkeys.
Not the monkeys, apparently, in this movie. And I said it earlier, but it reminded me a lot, like Ito and his philosophy of like mutants should be the only ones in planet Earth. So I'm just like, man. But even with that being said, I still really enjoy Geto because he's fun too. He in a weird way, in twisted way, like he has his fun with with people.
And then our new guy, new guy, or you could say
Yuta?
old guy, Yuta. And that I guess he's in the middle right now for me. Like he's not a bad guy or a good guy. He just, I feel like once we see him, like maybe in second season or whenever, I feel like he's not gonna be either bad or good. He just wants to
like an anti-hero kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I didn't see where Yuto's role will come in, and like I thought he was like, he'll jump in the squad, but like there's something mysterious about him, especially where he's at now. Like, what is he gonna do?
Yeah. Because at the end of the movie, I legitimately thought he was gonna die.
Yeah, same here. It was like,
show.
And I'm like, oh, he's dead then.
Because with that whole scene where he's like, this final attack is gonna be our final attack. This is gonna be the end for us both.
Like when it comes to like sad backstories, we've seen 1,000 of them in anime, right? But this one's like it's nothing. I like to say it's the same what we've seen, but done differently.
Her death was pretty upsetting. I was like, holy. Her head was sliced off.
Freaking cartoon showed up truck-coon in a worse way.
She didn't get isekai'd.
Yeah, she did not get isekai. If anything, she got turned into a curse.
Well, she got reincarnated, I guess. Yeah, but straight up into a curse.
Yeah, so that I was surprised how
and then the
how
reason
that happened to her.
Yeah.
Of him like denying that she was dead, and everyone in those shoes, like, you would say the same thing too. Like, oh, you're not here, you're not dead. I felt sorry for you too.
No, but that was cool. The fact that they explained hey, the reason why she's a curse is because of your fault, technically,
Yeah,
because you didn't
And
let go.
yeah. And I think that the emotional way when he's crying, like it's earned. You're like, oh damn, like I'll feel shitty too, man. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
I don't mean my actual loved one, to be in that situation. That's terrible.
I like that Gojo's playing chess in general every single time, and he's way
Oh,
ahead.
I know. Like
Mental chess.
he says about when he says about love, like love being the most cursed thing in the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn. Goosebumps, bro. I was like, damn.
Yeah, he was ahead of the curve at this point. Like
Yeah,
he
man.
knew what was up. That's why
Yeah.
he ended up telling the guys to go back and stuff like that. That was awesome. I was like, this guy.
Yeah, and also the big reveal in this one with Gojo and having them being best friends in the past.
In school.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that got me.
Yeah,
But
man.
it makes a lot of sense because like a lot of like what Geto does
Who's the
is very similar to like what Gojo would do.
and they threw out
Yeah,
like
most definitely.
they threw out a third person there. Who's the third?
Yeah, the
one?
girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They gave me a lot of Kakashi and
Oh
Obito vibes.
damn.
It really did, man. I was like, oh man, this girl was part of the reason why they split, but yeah, man. Like Robbie said, 100%. Like I agree with that. I was like, man, you just see the relationship. And I wonder how they were, when they were in the school days.
So did he like end them off? Because I heard the slice, but
That's to our interpretation,
Right?
man. I mean, because he's still around in the show,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what Gojo did, because he did say he was his only best friend.
The slice might be like the scar he has on his toes,
Oh.
on his face. That might
Mm.
be it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what you were telling us earlier. Like, oh, well, how did he get that scar? Maybe it was
Yeah, that
weird.
puts two and two.
Yeah.
That could be it. And we gotta talk about the fan service. Seeing our
Hello.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
Hold on.
and we gotta talk about the fan service in this movie, man. Oh, we get to see our third years. Well, in the show, their third years. Do action as well in the Cursed War.
yeah. Like it was really short, but man, it was so satisfying to watch, especially like with Toto. Oh my god.
God damn, I don't know about that character. Always just steals the screen, bro. He's like, I'm here, man. And I'm like, yeah, I see you, my boy.
They know it too. It's
then
amazing.
And then the senseis, of course. We gotta see the teachers themselves in combat as well.
like the silver hair one.
Who's that
Like, I
new-
didn't know
That new guy though. The with the mask.
Oh, he shows up too. He's with and when Namini is like in trouble, he shows up to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minami, yeah.
That was pretty cool. I liked his
Yeah.
when he came in too.
He was pretty impressive. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this guy's pretty dope. There was a lot of interesting characters that we still haven't seen, and I like that.
Yeah, like a lot of like like a bunch of new faces too. So I'm hoping we get to see them in the actual show.
Mm,
Maybe
And,
different schools and stuff.
yeah. So
Mhm.
that was really cool to see, just like them doing work, and not I can't forget about the other stars, the curses, and how great they look.
Oh no.
Some of them terrifying, some of them funny looking, but hey, they do their purpose.
Yeah.
That's magic for you.
Yeah.
Is there a curse in particular you guys liked looking at this movie?
Oh my gosh, when Gojo was throwing hands against that enemy curse user, oh my god, I was on the edge of my seat with that one.
Yeah,
So
his
good.
what did he say his whip was made out of?
it was
Ropes that was imbued with like magic that like takes like apparently years in his home country for it to form.
Yeah.
and then Gojo's like, I don't care. Hey man, Gojo, well, we seen him be a savage, but he was being a real savage here.
Well, he wasn't going full. He was just, you know what? I'm gonna give some of you guys the power, but I'm not gonna kill you guys. I'll be nice. I'll be nice. You know, just because you're children. You know, pretty much.
But hey, that was goodness. And hey, even the first years in this movie, they did work too. You know, Bonto Flakes, man. You know,
Bonito Flakes.
yeah, man. He did work. Panda did work.
Maki, Panda, like all of the Maki.
Yeah, Maki definitely did a lot of work. So hey, everyone showed up to freaking work.
Yeah, but when Gato literally like he was destroying.
Yeah, no, I like Gato's power. If anything, like he could manipulate, create his own curse, right?
Yeah.
And like he's collected so many of them. Like I know the count. It's like 4,461 curses he has right now. He is the Pokemon master of curses.
And then our new guy, of course, with the curse. It was crazy too. The fact that curse can copy-ish the abilities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Copy like Inumaki's like speech curse. That was crazy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that gave me chills because I was like, oh damn, you could do that.
Sharingan. That's a Sharingan all over again.
Yeah, if anything, it was better than his because he had a microphone.
yeah, and
like,
he could recreate that like nothing.
Yeah.
But
Well, he did say when he used it, like it took a lot of him to do though. So he was like, "Oh, I understand why you know your mouth is dry."
Arigato.
Yeah.
And-
so,
Thank you.
and we
Inumaki.
I like that too, that we finally know the reason why he can't talk. Like talk regular instead of saying fish, and you know, he was telling us all these sushi stuff, right?
Yeah.
yeah, because
all
of
the
his past as well. Like
Yeah.
you know, he hurt people that he didn't really want to, but because he didn't know his power.
Yeah, that sucks. His ability literally is just whenever he talks, it happens.
And it shows that he's really a caring dude. Maybe we see him watering flowers, man. And so that's very sweet. Like you don't see that a lot in the show, but like you see like he's a cool dude. Like, oh, he's pretty badass, you know.
If anything, that was interesting for that guy. For me in general, not knowing about him in general, that's cool. I got to know at least about him.
You know, I'm glad Panda's still Panda. You know,
Panda was being Toto for some reason. That caught me off guard. I was like, wait, what? When did you become
are you talking
Toto?
about that random question?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, when did you become that guy? Huh?
That was so random. I was like, Maki, you got a chance, girl. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
We might see. We kind of saw like a budding relationship kind of thing.
Yeah,
In Maki
it's weird.
and
It's weird seeing that from her because you're like she's you know she a bad bitch, bro. She's tough. She's tough as nails. So like for her to like open up to Utah, he's like, oh okay, a little some action here, a little spark.
Some romance for the first time in the show, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
In the series,
Yeah.
yeah.
technically, yeah.
I mean, especially with like between Yuta and Rika as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That whole thing is just about love,
Yeah.
which is the most cursed.
Maybe that's the reason why we haven't seen it.
Probably, dude. Probably. You won't fall in love. But yeah.
Music
What
was
else?
amazing. The
Yes.
animation was amazing. Could go on and on, you know.
Yes, Mappa really delivered. Great job. I can't wait for second season of the show to return.
Hopefully the director just comes back for Jujustu Kaisen, man.
No, good. We're not going into that.
Crossing our fingers.
Crossing my fingers, man.
But yeah, that was Jujustu Kaisen Zero. It didn't feel long, right? It felt very well packed, like an hour and a half, if anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long it was. To tell you the truth, we were going through the
we were just enjoying the ride.
yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. Why did I bring it up? Anyways, but yeah, that was Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. Great movie, worth the wait. And I'm glad we didn't wait that long for it. Just a little 3-month gap from Japan to us.
Yeah, well, wasn't that bad. I mean, honestly, compared to other
films,
to other like movies that come out in Japan.
Yeah, I've one on top of my head. I get like Demon Slayer took like 6 months or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Well, of course,
started with the Fate movies.
You know what? Probably because that we're so like, I guess because of the 2 years we've been in, the whole COVID thing.
Oh no, even the first movie, I remember that one like took about almost a year for it to come out. The first and second movie.
Well, I meant in general now that shows are getting announced over here. It's more easier for films.
And I think Japan, I hope they know like the big popularity that has been booming with anime. So they're like
the films, the 3 films that came out like last year were like money bags for them.
Yeah, so hey, hopefully we get another movie, but we want the show first, so who knows? But unfortunately, that's going to be the last time we talk about Jujutsu Kaisen for now.
Until they give us more information.
Yes.
And and there was also the end credit scene too.
Oh yes, which
oh my gosh, that was so cool.
very, very cool because we get to see Yuta again. What he's been doing with the whip guy, which was fascinating. If anything.
If anything, I feel like he was probably traveling like the world in general.
Yeah, I think so. Like probably broaden his horizons or anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or get more curses techniques to master because he's obviously he obviously could adapt to them real quickly.
I like that Gojo knows where he's at too. He busted out a Marvel moment. What do you call him?
Very much so.
What's his name?
Freaking, damn, I'm forgetting. From Shield, right?
Yes. Damn it, I forgot his name.
But yeah, he's basically forming the Avengers. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Nick Fury?
There you go.
Nick Fury, there you go. That's my man. But yeah, I just can't wait for Yuta to be in the show. I wonder how he's gonna affect everything.
If anything, he's gonna help Yuji, man. They're gonna become best buds.
Maybe.
Man. I believe.
At the very least, I want to see Yuji and Yuta fight against each other.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I feel like they both came like in the same way, to the school itself.
Mm-hmm.
They have similarities in a way.
Yeah, it's just Yuta had a tragic backstory.
Well, Yuta has somewhat of a bad story too, man. He has no family, and he's gonna die.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
They're both tragic.
You're right.
But yeah,
that's Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, and definitely buying Blu-ray
whenever we get it, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I don't want to let it go.
But yeah, our scores overall is 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
on the board.
Yeah,
10 out of 10, baby. It's still our only one. Technically. And that's gonna do the minis, and that's gonna do the podcast. And if you made it this far into the podcast, thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate it. You putting your time, listen to us random guys on the internet. It really means the world to us. And yeah, we have I think 2 more weeks for the season to end. And it's been a crazy ride so far for this year 2022. With that being said, I've been your host, Omar.
And this is David.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.